chicken sandwich. Baby, you're my Cincinnati. You're everything I need to get up and make myself dance. You're my morning glory. I love you every morning. You're my leather jacket. You always got my back. Yeah. You're my broken headphones. You know I'll always smash it because you're everything to me. Girl, you're my roller coaster. Girl, you're my chicken sandwich. Baby, you're my Cincinnati. You're everything I need to get up and dance. You're my catty vixen, always got the fixins. You're my feather boa, I love you even more. You're my bull machine, clung too hard to fling because you're everything to me. Girl, you're my roller coaster. Girl, you're my chicken sandwich. Baby, you're my Cincinnati. You're everything I need to get up and dance. Everything new I learned through you. Everything I see reminds me of. Girl, you're my roller coaster. Girl, you're my chicken sandwich. Baby, you're my Cincinnati. You're everything I need to get up and dance. Girl, you're my roller coaster. You're my chicken sandwich, my parents. You're my Cincinnati. You're everything I need to get up and dance.
Say it for me one time. You make me happy. Love you, buddy.
Hey, you get off my cloud. All that negativity ain't gonna be bringing me down. Just keeping positive's a motto to the end. Hand out the window on the highway, riding the wind. Yep. Got scrappy in that old Kentucky playpen. When looking back now, I'm left wondering where them days went. Away went for sure, yeah, they spin. When they hates when I'm waving with that Honolulu Hang 10. I'm just doing what I want. Mountains there to climb on. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you dive on. The prize must be what you keep your eyes on. A focused mind like I studied under masters up in Taiwan. Let that truth hit you. Tunes get jujitsu. Don't bitch, dude. You lace them up if that shoe fits you. We with you. Man, sometimes you gotta fix you. But no excuses, no din-dos. Man, just lay back and turn it up. Ray, word 'em up. Working on his farmer's tan underneath the burning sun. We gonna ride this cover wagon till its last wheel. Gotta love it when the music sounds just like the grass fields. Hey, you get off my cloud. All that negativity ain't gonna be bringing me down. Just keeping positive's a motto to the end. Hand out the window on the highway, riding the wind. Hey, you get off my cloud. All that negativity ain't gonna be bringing me down. Just keeping positive's a motto to the end. Hand out the window on the highway, riding the wind. Hey yo, Ray. 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 Hey yo, Ray.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's Wednesday again. Hump day, hump day, hump day. It's Wednesday. What are you guys doing out there? You guys having a good time out in the chat? Pop a beer, get a lemonade, do something fun. It's hot as balls where I'm at. The summer is hit. We got
up about the weather.
We got 100 degrees. That's Fahrenheit, bro. I don't know what it is in Celsius. We're probably talking about 50 something around there, 50 Celsius. That's probably about 100 degrees. I don't know. We got our guy all the way from South London. South London James. He's got his tracksuit on. He's got the beanie back on. Is summer over, James? What's going on, bro? Get ready for the World Cup.
Summer's over. Summer's finished. Summer's finito. But I've got World Cup fever, so I'm repping the Jason Statham crank tracksuit that all the ladies love.
Let's go. Crank that tracksuit.
And I'm pissed off, Lo.
Okay.
Because I had a bet. I had a side bet today that John wouldn't turn up to the stream.
All right.
I thought he'd be dead by now.
Dead.
And he keeps coming back to life.
He does.
It's John Lazarus Teeter. He's driving me crazy.
He's like
got his little cheat.
Raised from the dead.
He's got his little cheat machine now. You know what's going to happen to me, right? One day I'm going to wake up after I satisfied a beautiful woman, and I'm going to die on the floor, have a heart attack, die my own piss and shit. And I haven't got one of those little machines that he's got that can bring him back to life.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Let's go.
I'm so envious.
And, of course, we got the man himself all the way down from Florida. Some call him Lazarus, raised from the dead. Tell us what's beyond the grave, Lazarus. That's Miami John. Miami John, how you doing, bro? How's that ticker going? How's it doing?
It's going great. You know, honestly, it was pneumonia, untreated for like 6 weeks. That really just had me out. And that did cause me a little bit of heart issues. But once I got on antibiotics, got home, got a good night's sleep, it's like, wait, I'm like normal again.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are we sure it's not COVID? Is COVID making a comeback? Is it the monkeypox, John? What is it? What's going on? What happened?
You know, if it was COVID, I wouldn't have known when I
because it doesn't exist, people. Get the fuck out of here.
I did catch COVID a couple of times, and I wouldn't even gotten tested if it weren't for my girlfriend at the time, like being in bed sick for a week and a half and feeling like shit.
Right. She said, Miami John, your cum tastes a little bit like COVID. Now, what do I see in your hand right there, John? That looks like a cigarette. Aren't you banned from having cigarettes?
I'm trying to slow down, but
I love it.
I feel I'm me again. Fuck it. What am
I
gonna
love
do?
it. John comes back from the hospital. He's about ready to die. He's like, I'm giving up cigarettes. I'm giving up pork. I'm giving up strippers. Three days later, he's motorboating a stripper. He's got his cigarette going, and he's got his face buried in some pork. Now, of course, I don't know if the
I'm
pork's
doubling
really
down. I'm betting on John not lasting this stream. I'm going to get onto my bookie and I'm doubling down. He's gone. He's not lasting the 2 hours.
Is John going to kick it this stream? What the hell's going on, John? Well,
I wouldn't bet against me, man. I'm like a cockroach. I'll survive the nuclear
yeah,
apocalypse.
he's down there in Miami, bro. He's going to survive everything. Let me jump into the
Tell me something. What happened to this bird, like? What was she like and what happened to her? I need deets.
Oh, this is some Love Boat topics right now.
What bird?
Tell me about it.
Your birds,
bird?
the eggs.
Oh,
You wonder you
she's
believe.
gone. She's an ex. What do you mean?
No, but what was she like? What did she look like? Was she a fitty? What was she like?
Did she have meat curtains, John? That's what we want to know. Did she have meat curtains?
No meat curtains. You know, when I first started dating her, she was a little heavier. Like, not like fucking meat sweats kind of heavy, but you know, I was heavy into the gym at the time, and I was like, "You want to go to the gym with me? Let's go." And I got her to become fit. Italian, Cuban, curvy. In a womanly kind of way. She was good, and then at some point it just wasn't good anymore. So we broke up.
Bro, it happens. We've all been there. 100%.
But that was like over a year ago.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Well, Miami John, he runs through women like he runs through water and pacemakers, apparently. He's got a lot of them down there in Miami. Let me jump in the chat and say what's up to everybody. Let me scroll back up to the top, and we give Seashell SoCal, what's going on? Good to see you. We got Darren, D-Wag in the chat. Shout out to D-Wag. He said, James looking real good on the thumbnail. Yeah, we got a new thumbnail for James. He says he's looking really good.
Well, I am 1/3 of the best looking podcast in history. There's myself, Raymundo, and FOMO. If you can find a better looking podcast than that, you're a fucking liar.
John, don't take that. Brace up. Bow up on this motherfucker.
John's ruggedly handsome. Ruggedly handsome.
I don't want to mock James. You know, he's supposed to be the tough guy, but I'm the one here all scarred up.
Yeah, you're all scarred up.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, you got that.
He's the fighter and I'm the lover.
That's right. That's right. Who else we got in the chat? Let me scroll down a little bit. Mr. Jiki, shout out to you, bro. Good to see you. Back from the vacation. How's getting back into regular life going? Hope it's going good.
He's a fat fuck now, isn't he?
Yeah, he probably gained like 30 pounds. No, he said only gained about 5 pounds, I think. Was what he said. But you know, he had to beat off them Indians like a stick, bro. Down in Texas.
Wait, what? Beat off Indians?
Yeah, you got to beat off India. Oh, thank you, come again. Thank you, come again. Yeah, let's go. Hey, it's very good. Gotta do the head bob. People. Let's go. That's what is going on. What is even going on now? We got Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to you, bro. Kelly Cat in the chat. Shout out to you, Kelly Cat. Carrie C in the chat. Good to see you, Carrie C. Blue Lotus. Blue Lotus wants to know what she mean, John, the ex. What she mean, John? What does she show the bobs? What's the bobs being shown? Mean. Please redeem me now.
She wasn't mean. She wasn't mean at all.
She wasn't mean until she was. Force Mommy, shout out to you. That's the triple threat on the old Love Boat on Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna do Love Boat. We're gonna talk about relationships, people. We got the Bruvs Unite. It's pretty much a manly show. We get the masculine side of the fucking world, and on the Love Boat, we like to break it up, bring FOMO in.
The feminine perspective.
Yeah, she's the feminine divine, if I ever saw one. She's out there in the forest with the trees and, the whole Snow White and, all that good stuff. The Disney princess. Or queen, as it were. That's our own
$1 million smile.
Yeah. Wait. Are you saying FOMO hangs out with a bunch of midgets?
Well, I don't know. She might. She used to do politics, so there aren't all those people midgets.
She is hosting the Renaissance Fair, right?
Yeah. Well, I bet they have some kick-ass Renaissance fairs out there, bro. We got Hillbilly Harry. He says, "What's going on, guys?" He says he smokes to keep his lungs strong. Bro, believe it or not, Miami John, or as the guys around here, we call him Lazarus, raised from the dead. They used to use tobacco as medicine in Native American communities, and also it's been proven, to cleanse your body of nanobots, and also it was COVID resistant, and people who smoked didn't get COVID, if that even existed. I don't even know. John, what are your thoughts on that? You might be a remedy. Get some of them cowboy killers, them Marlboro Reds.
I think definitely if we smoked natural tobacco, it wouldn't be anywhere near as bad as these Marlboro cowboy killers that I smoke. But
no, that's facts. I didn't grow up, but I went to high school in Shelbyville out there in Kentucky, and that's a tobacco town. And in fact, the high school had its own tobacco plot, and you could get off for 2 weeks if you went and worked the plot, and you actually got paid and stuff like that. And the tobacco was fantastic, but yeah, the process they add like fucking, I don't know, 55 chemicals or something like that. And
it's all these preservative bullshit chemicals that they add so that the cigarettes can stay on the shelves for 10 years or whatever it is.
And also there's that cancer chemical that they put on there 100%. FOMO's asking, should she drink a whole bottle of Prosecco every episode? I say, why stop at one, FOMO? Go for two.
2 free.
Don't be a lightweight.
Pre-game a bottle and then drink another bottle on the show.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. No, that was
I can't wait till an hour's time where old Smoker Joe's going to be coughing up a lung. Can you hear me going right through me?
Yeah, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to get something to get those old lungs back in.
With friends like James. With friends like James, who needs enemies, huh?
No, that's why I love it. If I tease you, right? This is how I work, right?
I'm joking.
If I'm disinterested in most people, but if I break your balls, that means I love you. You know what I'm saying? It means you're my guy, one of us.
Yeah. We were having.
Now hurry up and die so I can get my fucking money.
Yeah. Now we were talking backstage, Miami John. When you died, did you see anything in the afterlife? Did you see anything? When you crossed over the Everglades, did you rise up above the Everglades and you saw the shrimp shack and the alligator shacks, and all that stuff? The what do they call them? The propeller boats or whatever. They got
There's rednecks and they wrestle alligators. That's what you see in the afterlife.
Well, is that what you saw? Is that who God was, or Jesus, or Muhammad, or whoever's up there? Punching the tickets. Who did you see?
Muhammad is in the other side, buddy.
Oh, did he have any virgins with him? Did you see any virgins up there or no?
No, there's no virgins in heaven.
I was gonna say, bro. I mean, that would be pretty sad.
There's no
to,
virgins.
to make it to heaven and you're
Just
still
period,
a virgin.
blanket
I mean, like
statement.
you live like 100 years, you never have sex. Like that would be rough, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like who would do
That'd be
that?
real rough.
Yeah. Damn, that would suck. Shout out to Draw Zombie in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Let's fucking go. But no, we were saying like have you become more religious since your near death situation? You know, when you fell in the tub because you were doing coke off the stripper's ass, you fell in the tub, cracked your head, had a heart attack all at the same time, and then saw Jesus. Is that what happened? Did you become more religious after that? You Orthodox now?
No, I'm not Orthodox now. No, I mean I've always been like a spiritual person, you know, and I believe in Jesus and all that, but you know, I think that religion is a crutch, or not a crutch.
Say it.
It's a societal crutch for stupid people.
Oh,
yeah, there you
shit.
go, James. You got it.
Said
No,
it.
I don't-
Fucking hell,
that
he
doesn't
said
mean
it.
that-
Bro, he just torched his
doesn't-
whole. All the strippers are going to be mad at you now. They're going to say, "What you call me stupid? You call me stupid?"
No,
I don't know why they got a
I
southern
don't
accent.
think that
Also.
everyone that goes to church is stupid, but I think that organized religion is made to control people who can't control themselves, aka stupid people.
Oh, people with no
Because
impulse control. I see what you're saying.
And if you look at society now, as we've fallen away from being a religious society, we're in chaos, right? Like society is crumbling.
This brings up a great question. Can man exist devoid of religion?
I mean, it can, but it's just that the problem is like 80% of people, maybe more, don't have the mental facilities to
Say
be
it.
just a good person
He's dancing around it.
of their own accord, right?
Like
So
a
they
Honda
need that,
Accord? Are we
like-
talking about a Prius? What are we talking about?
Yes, a Honda Accord.
Let's go. No, my question, my point being is that you have to believe in something. Even if you believe that you're atheist, you still believe in something. You cannot
Yeah.
have a void inside of yourself that doesn't
Well,
exist.
everything is a belief because you can't physically prove God versus no God, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can point to evidence that we live in a universe that is highly structured, that if, you know, the weight of the matter that made up all of the universe
Damn, you just
was
got all
even
deep
just
on me
like
right
a
there.
few pounds off, the universe would have
Yeah.
been completely different or non-existent, right? So there's definitely a structured order to things.
Obviously, right? We live in an ordered world. There's consequences
So
if we lived in a
intelligent
disordered
design,
world.
there's a lot of evidence, but you can't 100% say, well, this could have still been just all a big coincidence, right?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about religion. I agree with you, and I think there's a subdivision there. FOMO says you can't live devoid of boundaries, and that's kind of what you're talking about, is a culturally agreed upon boundary set as they
Yeah.
practice that religion. It's almost
Yeah,
like,
if you have no boundaries, you end up like Nick fucking Recader, man. You gotta have boundaries, bro.
yeah, I mean,
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's people there's people with low to no impulse control
yeah,
who will just do the bad thing because it feels good in the moment,
yeah,
right?
bro. I mean,
I
like,
mean, you'd be doing so much coke, you end up fucking a lamppost. You know what I'm saying, bro?
yeah.
Bro,
Is
there was some bitch on Molly fucking a tree once during an Ultra Fest like 10 years ago.
that makes sense.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah, was it a weeping willow? That makes sense. Hillbilly Harry says that's why it's called faith. I agree with that. And my question to James is,
Yes. It's a leap of faith.
yeah, would you say Nick Recader is a Sith? Would he be if we're gonna put him in the Jedi? Is he a Sith Lord? Is he? You know, it seems like he's got his fingers in a lot of
Nah,
pies.
he's just a guy. We've spoken about this before, and he's just a fucking dork geek nerd who didn't do it in his younger age. He didn't do it when he was younger. You, me, John, we were probably out partying our ass off, you know, getting pissed, doing drugs, shagging birds. Nick's a good Catholic boy, was a good Catholic boy, you know. He went to church, he's had 5 kids, he's married, maybe he got bored, it got stale, and he wanted, you know, he got into all the life, didn't he? Who was that black friend he had that got him into all that shit? I can't remember his fucking name, but he had a black friend, didn't he? And then there was the Baldo thing, and then he got out of the lawyer thing. He just got, you know what I mean? When you get a taste for it, some people just can't enjoy the taste.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why there's addiction. You get so fucking addicted to it. Like you get alcoholics, you get drug addicts. Most people can just be a recreational drinker, a recreational drug user. You know, they have fucking normal sex regularly. But this fucking guy, he sees a fucking internet bird, online bird, and he wants to fuck her brains out as soon as he sees her. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like the whole theory with the whole ice dancer thing is that he wanted to pass her around first before he indulged. There's some sort of cuck fantasy there. You know,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, that's pretty crazy. But no, that's a good question. How does some people become addicts, and how come some people are never addicts? Do you think it's a like some sort of thing about their physiology, like they're more susceptible to addiction, or do you think it was how they were raised and there's an emotional component where it relieves the pain that they're in, or what do you think, James?
Well, from what I know, Ricada was raised quite traditionally, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then, like, because he had like this traditional life up to a point, and then suddenly got, I don't know, bored with it or whatever, and he started acting out. So he's acting out his teenage years and his 20s now, isn't he? When he's what, in his fucking 40s. So I don't know. I mean, some people, you get good Catholic girls, don't you? And then they rebel and they become porn stars. You know what I mean? Because they've been like too tight. You know what I mean? I just think if you're raised well, you've got a good mother and father, the reins are not too tight, you live a normal life, you don't have any outside influences, I think you can just progress through life really nicely. But then look at, say, like someone like fucking Scarlett Hampton. What kind of childhood did you think she had to become like that?
I don't
Because
know.
she's fucking batshit.
I've asked myself that question many times.
She's batshit crazy. She's one of the people that I look at online, and I think this bird is absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah.
So what was her childhood like, and what was her like formative years like that made her go into porn and then come into like this online space and just like be a complete fuck up?
Yeah.
There had to be something. There had to be a trigger point that turned her life like that.
Yeah, I know that she grew up on a farm. I've heard of the pictures or seen the pictures of her and her farm life, and her dad bought her a car when she was 16, all that kind of stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I had to work for my first car. I had to buy that shit. No big deal. But so I think that she had it. But I'm also aware that like oftentimes when women leave their area or their environment that they grew up in, and they go out like to college, they want to fit in. So they're very susceptible to being programmed. Very susceptible to the lover boy technique of when a guy comes up, pimps her out, turns her out, all that kind of stuff. And I wonder if that happened to her. Like she had a boyfriend that took advantage of her and then like pushed her down this road, and she just went down the road. She doesn't seem like she would, fight back against it too much, or, have the wherewithal to stand up from an intellectual point of view to say, hey, no, I don't want to fuck all these guys or whatever. I also know that a lot of, because I watched a lot of Charleston White, he's always talking about how they used to run trains on white girls because black girls wouldn't let them run trains on her. So they'd go find a white girl and run a train on her. And I was just like, wow, that's fucking wild, bro. What are your thoughts on that, John?
Well, I think it's always the creepy uncle, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's true. There's a lot of creepy uncles.
Whenever
out
there's
there.
like a story about a girl who ended up being like had a normal home life, quote unquote, 2 parents, whatever, and then they ended up being like a whore, a stripper, a fucking porn star. It's always the creepy uncle. And by creepy uncle, it doesn't necessarily have to be an uncle. It's just there's a creepy guy from their younger life, maybe a dad's friend, or like a cousin, or an
Gymnastic
uncle, or
coach, something like that.
a neighbor, gymnastics coach, who just fucking molested her, and that they never recovered, and they never said anything because they were scared to when they were at that age.
Yeah, that definitely happens a lot. It's very unfortunate. And, I think a lot of these groups that we see now are a result of that. I think the LGBT QIA plus 2 squared, it's kind of the third power. I think that's a product of that environment. I think a lot of the, porn stars are a product of that environment. I think that we see even the degradation of households and stable families is a result of that. That's why James, I go back to it, the 3-generation family. That's why that's so important. You got to have the 3-generation family, bro. You got to protect the kids when the parents can't.
Yeah, and I always say it was like we didn't have these problems like generations ago. Like my great grandparents didn't have these problems. My grandparents didn't have these problems. My parents didn't have these problems. But my generation, seems to have all these problems because we decided to throw the rule book out the window and change everything. Government influence came in. And I remember, right, when I was like a teenager, it was LGB. You know what I mean? It was lesbian, gay, bi. Then you reeled it off, didn't you? They started adding everything and this and that and the fucking other. And there's all kinds of different fucking sexes and sexualities. They make all this stuff up because people have a desperate need in life to fit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really want to fit in. They really want to find themselves, and everyone wants to be special, don't they? Yeah. And none of us are special, really. We're just trying to go through life the best way we fucking can. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I completely agree.
We get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we go to work, we have friends, we provide for our family, and this is what we do.
Yeah, there is one caveat, and I'll give that caveat in a second. Shout out to Zayd, who's in the chat. Just saw him jump in here, and shout out to Mersh. Shout out to Mersh. Little air horn right there for Mersh. Let's fucking go. Good to see you, Mersh. Mersh has been on a tear recently. Good to see that. Nice guy, Mersh, in the chat. Let's fucking go.
Sweet.
No, the thing is that you're supposed to be, like, nobody's special, but you're supposed to be special in your family, right? That's where you experience that, right? And if you have your family broken or taken from you, as a lot of us have, right? I don't have a 3-generation family. I hear all these stories about people going over and hanging out with their grandparents and all that kind of stuff when they were kids, and I didn't have that. My grandparents were fucking crazy. They were insane. As soon as we show up, when I would visit my grandparents, my grandmother would say, "When are you guys going to leave?" That was like the first words out of her mouth. And I was just like, what the fuck, bro? So, the 3-generation family is super important. And, as a young man, when you're growing up, you're not even thinking about this kind of thing, right, James? I'm thinking about, trying to, fuck, bro. We're trying to get down. You know what I'm saying?
So small.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Do you know who I look up to, right? You know who I look up to and who my idol is? I've always said this, it's my dad.
Yeah.
If I could be anyone else other than myself, I'd want to be my dad. I admire my dad, and that's the way it should be. You should admire the people in your family. You should look up to the people in your family. You should cherish the people in your family,
100%.
And that will continue through the generations.
Right.
But if you abandon that, if you don't have that structure, if you don't have that discipline, if you don't have that love, you're going to turn out people like fucking Skylar Hampton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a complete wash and a shit show.
Yeah, it's when you replace your parents or the family that's supposed to be taking care of you with pop culture. Pop culture just wants to drain you of your resources and your parents' resources, and your parents are supposed to be looking out for you. Now, of course, not all of us had great parents. Some of us had rough parents growing up, and that's unfortunate. But, in an ideal situation, everybody would have a great set of parents and 2 sets of grandparents that would prize their children, and that's how you build a great society, that 3-generation family. That's what we should be supporting for. FOMO in the chat says that her man is a lot like her dad. And that's true. That's how it should be. The young ladies, when they grow up and they start dating men, they should look for men that are like their fathers. They shouldn't look for men that are the opposite, because now they hate their father because the fucking colleges told them that their dad didn't buy them enough ponies when they were little. Shout out to Presby Bro in the chat. What are your thoughts on that, John?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, not all of us grew up with. Look, I love my dad. I didn't admire him.
I hope you're not looking for another man like your dad, John.
No, I'm not looking for a man like my dad.
Yeah, let's go, bro.
But I'm also not looking for a woman like my mom. Because my mom is a working woman, and not that kind of working woman.
So she was a prostitute?
She was a working girl, lad. She was a working girl.
She's on the blade, motherfucker.
Nah, my mom was always out working, and she was a computer programmer, so she... I grew up basically it was just me and my brother mainly, and our grandmother took care of us in the daytime, and we were pretty much like latchkey kids. But I did grow up admiring my grandfathers, both of them. They were both businessmen. They were both successful in their time. I definitely grew up admiring them. We did have on the third 3-generational family in a sense.
Yeah.
It was just the second generation was kind of missing from the picture a lot of the time.
Missing out of there. Yeah, we got Hobo in the chat. He says, is it my parents were bad, or was I just a shitty kid? I'm going with the latter. I firmly believe, I don't think that kids can be shitty. I don't think kids can be bad, really. I think kids just reflect what is put into them. And
they're a reflection of their parents, aren't they, really?
Yeah, and however, if your parents treat you with animosity and anger, then that comes out, in small childish ways, and then it keeps growing. If you treat them with kindness and love, then that comes out. If you treat them like they're special and they're to be prized, then that comes out. Those are the things that come out. But I really don't think kids can be bad. I know that's with the exclusion of sociopaths. I don't really know how that works in the brain. We got a kid over here killing cats and doves and ravens and birds and ducks and all this stuff. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, kid? That's different. That's a different kind of thing. I don't really know how that works, but I don't think kids can be bad. So Hobo, I don't think you were a bad kid. I think maybe you just had rough parents, bro. Like some of us do. Some of us do have rough parents. We have a go of it. Not everybody has parents that they're like, oh my God, I'm so proud to be a part of this family. We all get matching tracksuits when we go on the family vacation to Hawaii or Barbados every year. Yeah, like I never did that. And so
definitely not.
Yeah, but
it's like some people born into rich families, some people born into poor families, and some of the rich kids are the worst people that you've ever seen in your life. But some of the poor kids that have grown up and struggled turn out to be some of the best humans you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. And so it's all about. I think Merch said it really good one time. It's one of the things Merch has said many things, but it's one of the great things that always stuck with me. And he said, not everybody starts off in the same place. Some people start off on level ground. Some people start off, born into a wealthy family. They start off with a head start in life, and some people start off in a hole, and they have a rough go of it. And so you only can measure yourself against yourself and how far you've come, because once you start measuring yourself against other people, that's a recipe for depression, for disaster, and for other things that are worse. Like you might wake up next to a crazy girl or something like that get the meat sweats going. I don't know.
Hey.
I measure myself all the time, and the ego keeps growing, baby.
That's right.
We've all woken up next to a crazy girl.
Oh,
right?
We have, bro. I've, in fact, a couple of times I had to bounce in the middle of the night. That's how crazy they were. I was like, bro, I am not going to wake up here in this house in the morning. That is not what's going to fucking happen.
The craziest girl rolled over and fell asleep on me. Imagine that.
Yeah, well, at least you felt safe, bro. And sometimes
I didn't.
I've waken up and I'm like, I don't know if I'm even safe in this place, dog. We got to get the hell out of here.
She puts three fingers up my ass, then rolls over and falls asleep. I mean, that's not safe, is it? Yeah. I can't shut my eyes. It might happen again.
Why are you gay?
Yeah, why are you gay? Yeah, 100%. Let's see. We'll jump in the chat and see what people are saying. Zaid says, a dad that in disguise scares you on Halloween just so that you run home to hug him. That's the stuff. Bro, the dad shouldn't be scaring the kids, man. That's one of my pet peeves, bro. I hated like when the parents would scare the kids, and I hated when the parents would smash the kid's head in their birthday cake. Have you guys seen that trend? Bro, I see that going around. That fires me up so much, bro. I'm like, man, don't do that to your kids, bro. Don't do that to your kids. But no, all right. Well, there's a lot of shit going on, people. Anything before we move on? Because I got like 2 pages of notes this time.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a ton of stuff. We probably won't get to all of it. The way I do the notes, people, if you're curious, I just fold the page in half so that I can, get a clear delineation of everything that's going on. We put the interesting stuff on the outside, the funny stuff on the inside, and then I got some more stuff on the other side over here. We got
right. Get all the John stuff in the first hour before he dies in the second hour.
Come on, let's go. We got to get that going. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Bro, what about those NBA finals? We got President Trump goes to the NBA finals. I don't know if you saw that, James. I know you got your favorite guy, the Spurs. What was that? Wemby? Is he your favorite player?
Fucking Victor Wembanyama. I wish you guys, right, would get ice on his ass and deport him back to France. I fucking hate that guy. He dresses like a queer. He's like a gangly giraffe fuck. He's the most arrogant guy in the world. And he flops all over the place. And what pissed me off, right, when the Knicks lost game 3, because I wanted the Knicks to sweep. Yeah. Right? I'm a big Jalen Brunson fan. But when he literally fucking grabbed Jalen Brunson and he threw him on the floor, and Brunson like popped back up, and it's like, you can see the entitlement that comes off Victor Wembanyama. Everyone's told him that he's the new big thing. He's going to be the next big thing. San Antonio are going to be the team that dominate. And I just hope the Knicks get back up and punch him right in the fucking face. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's not a likable team. San Antonio isn't a likable team because it was made in Greg Popovich's image. And the problem I have with Popovich, I don't give a fuck about his politics, but he never shuts up about it. You know what I'm saying? Everything. He's like Steve Kerr at the Golden State Warriors. I want people to play sport, put sport first, and encourage children to get into sport. I don't want them to spend all their fucking press conferences rabbiting on about Donald Trump, rabbiting on about fucking ICE, rabbiting on about the current political thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what made Popovich annoying. I'm not saying Popovich wasn't a great coach. He was. He had the David Robinson era, didn't you? Had the Tim Duncan
the
era.
Twin
I'm not
Towers,
saying he
as they
wasn't a
call it,
great
yeah.
coach. He was just a fucking irritant.
Tony Kukoc.
And that
yeah.
team has that kind of arrogance. What I like about New York, they're New Yorkers, you know, they want to get up and punch you in the face. So I'm hoping they come through, but losing that game. And then they all blamed Trump, didn't they? They said, Trump turning up. He was the jinx. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, there's no such thing as jinxes. Fucking hell.
Bro, he
you
definitely-
booed him out of the building. What more do you want?
Yeah, they booed the hell out of him. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was pretty crazy. I checked out some
I
other
didn't
people who were
notice that.
streaming from inside the center when they announced Trump, and there was a whole bunch of boos and everything like that. I watched a little bit of Sneeko. He went to the game. I caught some of his live stream. I was like, oh, okay, let's see what this is all about. He
Boy,
paid.
Timmy was front row and center, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's Chalamet. Yeah, he was there. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
stand those celebrities, bro. Sneeko paid 15 grand for that ticket to go to the finals,
Wow.
bro. $15,000, man. Wow, right?
That's the World Cup tickets. I think that's why people are not traveling. I think the World Cup tickets start at 15 grand and they go up
Are
and
you
up and up
serious?
and up and up. Yeah, that's why people are not traveling, right? The Brits will travel. When it comes to football, they will go to the fucking ends of the earth. Just look at the Crystal Palace fans where they had
Yeah.
to go during the Conference League. They went to the outbacks of Europe.
Yeah.
But like the Brits are like, we're not going to come because the ticket prices are really expensive. The logistics are a nightmare. And I think I was speaking to like Kerry C. The hospitality is a problem as well. You're
Yeah.
you're bumping everything up because they're coming. So the like just to get a fucking drink or something or whatever, get some food, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
You're going to have to remortgage your house just to spend like the month out there if say like England go all the way.
Yeah, 100%. We got Hobo in the chat. He says, as a longtime Knicks fan, that was embarrassing. I think he's talking about the booing of Trump. But in the spirit of being a true New Yorker, you got to be an asshole. Yeah, the facts, bro. One more
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I like about Brunson. You know, he got straight back up and got in Wemby's face. I
Yeah,
mean,
he did.
Wemby's like he's a fucking stick figure, isn't he? He's like, what's that film? The
Yeah.
Tall Man. He's like a fucking stick figure, isn't he? This guy could have knocked the steam off a rice pudding. He's just
Yeah.
got really big. He's just like he's a fucking 7-foot elastic band.
Yeah,
you know
he's
what
crazy.
I mean? And it's like Brunson. I like Brunson. I think he got like, I wish, he got like kind of like chucked out of Dallas, didn't he? Because of like was it Luka Doncic was there, wasn't it, before they traded him?
Yeah,
So he never really got his shine. But in New York, he's the fucking man.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see him bring it home, get the MVP. Because New York haven't won it since what, the 70s?
Yeah,
Is it
it's been
the
a
70s
while,
they haven't
bro.
won it?
It's been a while.
Something like
For
that.
a
yeah.
big marketplace like that, not to have an NBA championship team is crazy to me.
It is crazy. We got FOMO in the chat. She says she's going to go to a Rockies game later, and the beers are like $20 now, and they don't accept cash.
Ouch.
Bro, what do they do? Do they scan your face and all that kind of stuff, FOMO? Let me know about that. We got a Ko-Fi. Shout out to Future Dead Guy coming in. Let's fucking go. Throw a little crappy up there. Let's go. He says it's going to be a cool football summer. Cool football summer. Yeah, thank you, bro. Shout out to you, Future Dead Guy. Don't die anytime soon. Like our Miami John over here. He's a Lazarus, past dead guy. Let's fucking go. Thanks for that. If you guys want to support the show, just go on the Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Ray is happy. Appreciate that. Buy me a tequila and one pacemaker for John and a quadruple vodka for our South London.
Yeah, that's
James over
already
there.
gone. I've done that. I'm on the beers now.
Are you on the beers now? All right. One more thing before we bounce out on the NBA Finals, bro. Did you guys see we had Howard Lutnick, front row and center. Epstein files. He's in the Epstein files, went to the island, and I guess nobody cares about the Epstein files anymore. I guess that's a thing of the past, even though we got Jared and Ivanka creating Epstein Island #2 over there now,
In the
Albania.
Mediterranean, too.
Yeah, over in Albania, bro. What was that all about? What's your take on that, John? Howard Lutnick, front row and center. Do we care about the Epstein files anymore? Do we care about children?
I mean, those of us who actually give a shit about, the goings-ons in the world still care about the Epstein files, but
Yeah.
they just want us to move past it. That's why they're talking about aliens, and that's why I think initially they started this war, and now they're using the aliens to distract from the war.
Bro,
and this
you bring up a great
this-
point. You got
This
the
Kushner Island is another distraction. Look, if you think Kushner is going to be the guy who's going to go run another Epstein Island with all the publicity on the Trumps right now, no, you're probably retarded. However, this is just to run cover for whoever actually has the current Epstein Island, right?
well, I don't know
This
about that. Well,
takes-
I agree. There's probably already another couple of Epstein Islands out there, but they
Yeah.
changed the laws in Albania last year to make this possible. They brokered the deal on the Rothschild yacht. They got the Saudi oil money to back it. We're talking about Albania here, people. And then they made the purchase for like $1 for all of that island or whatever. I do think.
Really?
Yeah, I do think if you look into this, I do think the thing is this wasn't like a spurt of the moment thing. It's been something that's been going on for 2 years, and it finally came to fruition, and they're capitalizing on it now. If you saw that interview by Ivanka the other day, where she's saying, "Oh, me and Jared, we were on a friend's yacht, the Rothschilds yacht, the same Rothschilds that Epstein worked for." And we dove in the water and we found this island in the Mediterranean Sea. Well, it's not the Mediterranean Sea, bitch. It's the Adriatic Sea. Okay, big difference there, okay? And then we went hiking on it and went to the top and we just fell in love with it and we knew we had to have it. So what we did is we changed all the laws 3 or 4 years before. No, actually 1 year before. And then we raised the billions of dollars to, acquire it and develop it. And we just so happened to have all of these developers that were on speed dial, and they already had the plans drawn up. So it's crazy. But back to the whole Epstein files thing.
That's a nice bit of forward thinking there. I like it.
Yeah, that's how they kind of fell into it. What are your thoughts about the Howard Lutnick at the fucking Knicks game? Nobody says anything. Even had Woody Allen out and about. I saw that too. What are your thoughts on that, John?
Here's the thing: most people, I'm not talking about people who are tuned in to what's going on like us. Obviously the people listening to us listen to us talk every week, so they're
Yeah.
a little more clued in. I'm not
Cool
talking about
bastards.
the clued in people already.
Yeah.
Most people probably don't even know who Howard Lutnick is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Much less that he was at the island and was talking about what was it, like Afghanistan lollipops or something. I don't remember exact terminology, but
Yeah, he was using some of
He
that
was-
freaky
he was talking about-
terminology. Yeah.
yeah. So, most people don't even know that anything about that stuff. So, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy. But anyway, so I thought that was interesting. He was at the NBA Finals, front row and center. You had a couple other guys. There was another guy that was
Maybe it was like an
over-
island reunion thing. You had Trump there, you had this Lutnick guy there. Maybe it Woody Allen. Maybe it's old pals getting back together, reminiscing.
That's right,
Like the
talking about-
glory days when they used to get away with things.
Yeah, get away with the underage children.
Because Trump's trying to buy the Chagos. That made me laugh, innit? You lot are trying to buy the
That's what I'm
Chagos
saying.
Islands
Yeah,
now.
we're trying to get that. We're trying to snake those islands
islands?
out. Yeah, from
The Chagos Islands, because it's like a fucking. They don't want it to go back to Mauritius, because then Mauritius are going to hand it over to the Chinese, and you've got the Diego Garcia right on the doorstep, haven't you? So
Yeah.
it's like you need the Chagos. You need us to keep the Chagos Islands, to keep it out of Chinese hands. But we're practically, look, we'll give it back to Mauritius. We don't care, and we'll pay them. We'll pay them like billions to take it back,
Yeah.
and they never had it in the first place. So
Yeah.
Trump's like, I'm going to step in and buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about the World Cup, James? Who are we looking at this year in the World Cup? I know you're gonna do a whole bunch of World Cup coverage. You're gonna be our
Yeah.
in-house expert on the World Cup. What's going on with that? Where are we at? with
Yeah,
that?
this next month's going to be like, it's going to be good for me. You know what I mean? I need my football, as you guys say, soccer. I need this fix, man.
Yeah.
Like when you say, if I've got an addiction, if I've got a drug addiction, it
Clearly.
is soccer, football.
Soccer.
You know what I mean? And I'm saying, put all your money, but like only if you've got spare money.
Right.
I'm saying,
everybody
I'll put
has
the
spare
money
money
on.
right now, James. Everybody. Okay.
Yeah, I know. We're drowning in it. And
Yeah.
look at me.
That
I'm
and
drowning in
pussy,
cash
bro.
at the moment.
I'm turning away
So
pussy.
like we're drowning in cash, we're drowning in pussy, we're all Nick Ricaders, we're drowning in drugs, fantastic. Anyway, right, I say France to win, and I say Kylian Mbappe, the French striker, to be top scorer, to win the golden boot. Golden ball, best player. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see how it plays out. But I think that it's going to opening ceremony tomorrow. First game's in Mexico. I think Ethan Ralph is going.
Okay.
Is he going?
All right. Is he going?
I think Ethan Ralph says he's going to the first
is
game.
Ralph Amell back? Is he on top, bro?
I think he's down in the dirt at the moment. He's doing bad. You know, if you have to talk about people that have had a rough time with the ladies, I would say Mersh is winning hands down against Ethan Ralph. He seems to have I think they were like neck and neck, but Mersh is just he's come out on top. He's bucked himself up, which I'm glad to see because he's a good lad. And
well, Ethan Ralph still seems like he's having trouble with Scarlett, bro. He can't quit her.
I love Scarlett. We were going to get married. Do you remember when they were going to get married? The Vegas wedding.
Yeah.
They were going to get married in Vegas. There was going to be a midget Elvis.
Yeah.
But this is the thing about Ralph, isn't he? He's like King Midas in reverse. Everything he touches turns to shit.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of those guys. He could fuck up a cup of tea. He could fuck up a rice pudding. He's just a bit of a screw up, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just, that's his nature. His nature's always going to be, I'm the guy that's going to fuck everything up.
Yeah. But did you hear he wants to start his own Kiwi Farms kind of thing? He wants to start his own server with all that kind of stuff going on.
What, so he can hide all the pedophiles? Why the fuck would you want to do
where
that?
people are going to sign up and give their information and all that kind of stuff? And yeah,
but who likes him? Who would sign up?
I
think if you had to ask who was a person online who was universally hated, Ethan Ralph would probably be your guy, wouldn't he?
With any kind of
information,
IP or private data at all.
100%, bro.
That guy is not a very reputable.
Well,
guy.
I mean, he's got to do something with the millions that he made off that sex tape with him and Scarlett. He's probably.
You know what he'd do? He'd just sell it. He'll sell all the stuff to the cartel straight away. Sell it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what you got to do. You're down there in Mexico. You got to get yourself some chips, some salsa, some nachos, and a little cartel action. Little cartel action, bro. That's what you got to do. It's going to be fun. So you're picking France to win it all. Now, here's the thing about the France's team. I took a look at some of the teams, bro. They didn't look too French, James. They didn't fucking look French at all, bro.
Well, we've spoken about this, haven't we? Well, I've always told my story about when me and Amy were in Paris, and it was supposed to be the most romantic time of my life.
Great
and I was
bread, great cheese.
I was just on the verge of a crushing defeat in my life.
That's
I went
right.
at the top of the Arc de Triomphe, and an American fat man nearly pushed me over the top.
You happy, naive bastard.
When he's and then they pulled a gypsy scam. But what they tell you, or what they don't tell you in the brochures,
what don't they?
They don't tell you this in Emily in Paris. They don't tell you this, but
I seen
you
that
can't
movie,
go
actually.
out.
Yeah.
You can't go out after 6 o'clock at night because that's when the African migrants come out.
Yeah.
And the African migrants live up to the billing of being absolute savages.
Yes.
They will beat the shit out of you. They are sexual assaulters, sexual abusers.
Yeah.
They are thieves, and they are just running amok.
Yeah.
And the indigenous people in Paris, they're not even there no more. They're all moving out to the country.
Yeah, they're
getting the hell out of Dodge, mate. It's now basic. It's like Milan. If you see those videos, Milan is just basically like North Africa now.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
That's what
Fashion
I'm saying,
capital
bro.
of the world?
I
don't think so.
It reminds me of that movie Pitch Black with Vin Diesel in it. Like when it goes dark, they all come out.
They don't have any white people.
eat each
It's not
other.
like white people.
Yeah, bro. And so I'm looking at the World Cup. I'm looking at the French team. I'm looking at the English team, and bro,
yeah, the English team. Yeah,
they don't look very English. I used to think English. I thought I knew what English people look like, but I have to change my mind now.
Yeah, those English names, Saka and Kwanzaa,
Mahmoud, yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's like you got all the stars, man.
They got bright
good old
smiles.
stereotypical English names from history.
Yeah, speaking of Blazing Saddles, that's a fun movie to watch. I love that movie. I don't know if you guys have seen that in a while. Go check it out. Blazing Saddles. That's a good one. 100%. So,
But that's why France are going to win, because they're African. They're very athletic.
Yeah.
They're going to run up and down all day, and the heat over in the States won't bother them because they're not French. They're African.
Well, that's the other thing too, is you got all these Netherlands and Dutchmen coming over to America. They can't handle the heat, James. They don't have heat like this. The Viking blood doesn't fare well in the heat. What about that? Are they going to get put out early?
That's why England are going to be an incredible disappointment. I don't think England will get beyond the quarterfinals.
Hold on there a second, you guys. I was credibly told by the internet that the Vikings are black. All right.
Well, I mean, that's true. They is Kangs. They was kings and all
Then
that.
they do a
shit.
TV show of that. What was it? I can't remember where it was. It Sweden or fucking Norway or somewhere? They
Yeah.
did a TV show, didn't they?
Yeah.
And everyone they like race swapped everyone.
Yeah, no, I love the original, the Vikings Ragnarok or whatever. Did you guys see that show? It was great for like 4 seasons until the main guy left, and then like it turned to complete utter shit, bro. I used to love that.
I had some friends
show.
that were really into it, but I never watched. But I guess if they flipped it, then thank God I didn't waste time.
No, they made it terrible. I know why you didn't watch, because you couldn't participate in the braided hair. They all had the nice braided hair and all that stuff. You gotta get your beard braided.
No, back then I had hair.
Yeah. Hillbilly
I've
Harry.
seen a picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like fucking like goth rocker, weren't you?
Yeah. Hillbilly Harry.
I looked like a fucking caveman Viking kind of guy.
Dude, 100.
Minus the height, but
Cuban caveman. I love it. Cuban Viking.
You look like Zach Wild, the guitarist.
Yeah. I was.
You know, from Ozzy Osbourne, you look like Zach Wild.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Harry in the chat, he says, was the last World Cup in Dubai? Yes, I think it was. I think the last one was in Dubai.
Yeah.
A little while ago.
Many people died. Many slaves died to bring you that World Cup.
Oh, Dubai is another one, man. Dubai is not what you see on the internet, bro. Dubai is a slave class. They even
take your passport, right? They
your
take your passport. They take your passport. They pay you a pittance. They work you 24 hours a day till you die, and then they just chuck you in. They just chuck you in the sea, mate. That's it. Don't even tell your family. Bring the next slave over.
Yeah, 100%, bro. So that's wild. But anyway, speaking of like, Africans, Americans, what about that Carmelo Anthony verdict? We got that in yesterday. Came back guilty. We got Uncle Ruckus right there having a good time. If you guys haven't seen the Boondocks, go watch that. It's a great show, by the way. And all I got to say is black people mad. That seems what we got going on here. When they kill a black person, they riot. When a white person gets killed, no riot. But when the black person gets convicted, then they're going to riot. Like, what's going on, John? What are your thoughts on this?
It's low impulse control people getting pushed
They need
into a narrative that is stupid.
Yeah, you're saying they
to
need
push
religion
division amongst people so that we don't, so that we focus on fighting each other versus fighting the people who are pulling all the strings.
Yeah,
effectively.
Yeah, dim people that are string pulling 100%. You say they need religion.
Yeah, this is why we need religion in the world. Organized religion is very important. If you're an actual free-thinking individual who can, live in society without needing to fear eternal punishment, then, for people like that, religion isn't as important. But for your everyday person who's just a fucking puppet to the narratives that get pushed, we need religion. It's a necessary thing in society.
Now, James,
John wanted to say necessary evil. He was desperate to say necessary evil.
Oh, that would be an inversion right there. That John, he's a slick one, bro. John's a slick one. James,
I know, he's smooth as silk, John. I tell you.
Well, I don't think that religion. It's hard to say, right? It's a method of controlling the masses.
Yeah.
It's so in that sense, it's kind of an evil in that sense, right?
Yeah.
If you're not controlled by the organized church and you just follow the practices in the Bible, then that's fine. It's not evil in that sense. It's the organized religion part. The control is the evil.
The control, that's right. And and in fact, religion is not even necessary because they're about ready to do a little swap and they're going to make AI the new religion. That's what they're going to bring in here pretty soon.
Yeah,
100% agree with that. And we're going to talk about some of these data centers later. And as
at least D-Wag can finally get a girlfriend.
yeah, facts. We're going to talk about these data centers in a little bit in how they're tied now to the 401ks. If you guys didn't know about that, that's pretty crazy. But back to the Carmelo Anthony thing. They keep saying the jury wasn't all white, or the jury was didn't have any black people on the jury, but they had a whole bunch of Asians, they had Hispanics, they had Indians on the jury. What do they try? You can't please these people, it seems. And like even what I just said, they're going to get mad. They're going to be like,
you say these people.
Who are these people?
You can't please black people.
Yeah.
You can't please them. There's
Yeah.
no pleasing. The only way you would please black people if every juror on there was a biased black person who would acquit him. That's what they wanted. They turn everything like this, they turn it into some fucking race war when it was just some black kid with low impulse control got a knife and stabbed to death a white kid. It's an open and shut case.
Yeah.
It would be if you take race out of this, if you take a black kid stabbing a white kid,
Yeah.
it's an open and shut case.
Yeah.
Open and shut. But they stand outside the court. They kick up a lot of fuss. I saw Medica. You know, I'm not a big Medica fan, but he hit the nail on the head when he said, like, Court TV, how biased Court TV were and how they had sympathies for Carmelo Anthony and Carmelo Anthony's family. Now, this is a family that did a fucking GoFundMe
Yes.
that raised $600,000. And instead of getting him a decent fucking lawyer, they bought a fucking house and got him a public defender.
Yeah,
That's how dumb black people are.
They rented a
are thick
G-Wagon.
as pig shit.
They leased a
They're
G-Wagon.
thick. Some black people are thick as pig shit. And what got me right when the conviction came down, I was kind of gutted because I thought America was very different to the United Kingdom. When we say life doesn't mean life. You get a token sentence like what come down the other day. You get like 30 years and you do half. So when I saw that he got 35 years, I'm like, this dude's going to be out in 17 years. He took a guy's life. That guy has no life now. He's dead, gone. He's never going to have children, never going to get married, never going to have grandchildren. And this fucker's going to be out in 17 years and can have a life. He can have everything. He can start over again. You need the punishment to fit the crime. So that sentence should be reviewed, in my opinion. Take him out of the box. Take that option away from him.
Great point, James. John, I got a pretty good question for you. My question is this. I mean, who impacted this kid's life more negatively? I'm talking about Carmelo Anthony here. What was it, the white people that he's so angry at, or is it his family who basically took $600,000 and then left him sitting with his dick in hand with a public defender, bro? And the public defender said the white guy fell into the knife. That was his defense right there. So the white guy's fault because he fell into the knife. That's what. And then
Holy
there was
shit.
an audible gasp in the courtroom when the public defender tried to run that up the flagpole. Who made a bigger negative
Against
impact?
an all-white jury, funny enough, right?
No.
Wasn't the jury like all white?
No, not at all. No, it wasn't all white at all. It was the only thing they said was that there were no blacks on the jury. The jury was actually composed of white people, Hispanic people,
Hispanics.
Asian, and also Southeast Asian, which would mean Indian.
whoa,
They just don't
hold
want to
on.
say Indian.
Asian and Southeast Asian are, you know, white for all intents and purposes, according to black people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my point
So,
being,
but
like,
there were some Hispanics. Those are kind of black, right? Unless they were Cubans, then they were white.
well, it's funny when these guys, if you're a Hispanic and you get booked, they put you down as white to change the, statistics.
Yeah, the
To
crime
change the
statistics.
Yeah. But no, here's my question: is like a lot of black people, right? They're all angry. Like I saw there a lot of them are saying we should have stabbed his fucking twin brother too. One of the people said,
Did you hear what they said, though?
Yeah, they said.
Sorry to interrupt you. Did they say they were going to dig up his fat? They were going to dig him up.
They wanna-
Go to his grave and dig him up.
They want to dig him up and stab
You know
him
what? I hope
again,
they
bro.
I hope they put armed security around it and fucking shoot anyone that even approaches.
Yeah,
it.
get an Uncle Ruckus over there. Yeah. No, the thing is that I always ask this question, though. Who's made the bigger negative impact upon their life specifically? Is it the nebulous white man, or, is it their own family, their own situation? Is it the fact that their mother is a raging, crazy feminist? When I look at the black community, that's what I see. I see raging black women who have no bound. Nobody gives a boundary. Nobody holds them in check. They rage at Walmart. We've seen them. They're at Waffle House. Bro, I dare say it's a stampede. John, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's like the great Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson always says.
Yeah, what's he say?
Black people used to have fathers in the households.
Yes.
And they used to have morals.
Right.
And then at some point they listened to the civil rights leaders like the MLKs of the world, and the civil rights leaders became the dads, and they were just a bunch of feminist women effectively. And now you have angry black women running the black household,
100%,
which is what caused all of these young these YNs
yeah.
to go out and act the fool.
Yeah, the thing is that what I really see is the full devastation of feminism in the black household. That's what we see.
It's a matriarchy.
The black households have partnered with the state in order to destroy their own family. They get paid more if there's no man in the household. Okay, they can get welfare.
That doesn't make sense.
They can get all these benefits.
They should get more welfare if the father is in the household.
Right. So they get more welfare.
I mean, there shouldn't be welfare to altogether. But if there's going to be welfare, it should promote good behavior, not bad behavior.
Yeah. So they're basically incentivized to get the men out of the households and to have more children, more baby daddy. And then the wives, or they're not wives, the baby mama, whomever it is, they get more money every month from the taxpayer to incentivize them. Then we have people who've been on welfare for 30, 40 years, bro. They're grandmothers now that have raised their entire, their entire group, their entire family in this matriarchal society where they're basically being pimped out by the state. And that's what's going on. A lot of people look at this and they say, "Oh, wow, it's a man-woman problem." No, it's a man, woman, and state problem. The state's in there pimping out the entire family.
It incentivizes you never to advance yourself either.
Yes.
Because, okay, let's say you make $15 an hour,
right,
and you still qualify for welfare because of the amount of kids you have or whatever it
right,
is. And then, but if you make 16, they cut you off.
Facts. Yeah.
So there's no incentive to ever go beyond that $15.
No,
I just threw numbers out there. I don't know what the actual numbers are.
No, that's exactly what it is. But the other thing too is that you also have all of these side business, and it basically opens up corruption, right? Because these people, when they have welfare, they stay at home. They go, they do their food stamps. Sometimes they sell them back. There's a huge food stamp fraud where they sell them into the grocery store for 50 cents on the dollar, so they can get that money, or they buy product and then they resell it, or they repurpose it, and they have all of these, like in California, John, in California, we have so many roadside vendors, street vendors selling street food. You see it all over the place. The whole thing with the whole Kool-Aid and the pineapple. Then you see all these black people all running out buying all these pineapple, and then they're buying it all with fucking EBT cards. And they're trying to flip this up like it's the new cocaine and shit, man. Like, what's going on with that, John? That's wild, bro.
Oh God, yeah, no, it's true. It's kind of sad, really, because they're the only businesses that are open to these people who are on the welfare are side hustles that
100%
are not reportable tax incomes,
bro. And then it drives up the corruption. It drives up this stuff, and then when they start getting corrupt, they can't. You're not going to tell on your neighbor if they're doing the same thing. So now there's this big in cahoots thing. There's this big black market. All of this black money. D-Wag knows all about it. He's in the chat.
Whoa, what do you mean black money?
No, black market money. The black money. No, but 100%. Hillbilly Harry says street vendors line the streets here. Yeah. Hillbilly Harry is just down the road from me. I'm a little bit more in the desert. So you know what? We still got them here, but not like they are down the hill. When I go down the hill, that means I drop 4,000 feet in elevation. I get down to the Inland Empire here in LA. Bro, they're everywhere. If you try to go to Home Depot, then I think about it, you're trying, regular people who try to have restaurants, why would you try to have a restaurant anymore? Why? Just set up a street vendor, bro. Just set up a street vendor. 100%. D-Wag says he knows about the hood. Shout out to D-Wag out there. Hope you're having a good day. I saw D-Wag was
because he's a wigger, that's why.
He's actually, D-Wag's out there doing some hard labor. He's shoveling rock and gravel.
He's the blackest white guy I've ever met.
No, he's not. That's pretty funny. But D-Wag's out there getting his crack pack on, making things happen, shoveling some rock.
But these black people, some of these black people have no pride. They've allowed white liberals to turn them into perpetual victims.
Yeah.
That's the fucking truth of the matter.
Yeah.
They love victimhood.
Yeah.
It's what they live for. It's how they live their life. It's their credo. It's embarrassing.
Well, no, they're ensconced in this feminine mindset. In the feminine mindset, you have to be a victim because the only power that comes from a feminine mindset is an appeal to authority. And so they need to always be in the position to appeal to authority. And we see it in basketball right now, James. How much are they flopping? Instead of playing the real game of basketball like they did in the 80s and the 90s, like we've talked about countless times, they flop like crazy, appealing to authority of the referee to give them their 2 points rather than making a great play.
Right, I'm going to say it.
What? Say it.
This is my most controversial take.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Let me get ready here. All right, hit me with it, bro.
You recording?
The
I'm recording.
WNBA and the women of the WNBA are tougher than the men of the NBA. It's a tougher league played by tougher women. The men are weak compared to the women. Caitlin Clark is the toughest baller in the world. I'm telling you.
No, Caitlin Clark is definitely somebody special in the.
She gets in everywhere. She's on about 5 personals every night. She gets in her coach's face. She gets in the players' faces, and she gets right in all the black women's faces, and she rubs it in their face. When she drops a free, she drops the fucking free sign. She gets in their face. I fucking love it because you know what I love about Caitlin Clark? I don't give a shit about women's basketball. I don't really give a shit about women's sport.
I can't watch it. It's torture.
I love the fact that Caitlin Clark irritates every black female fan, supporter, online contributor, anyone with a fucking account. She whines about. Do you know they don't even call her Caitlin Clark anymore?
What do they call
the
her?
new thing, you dead name her. You have to call that stupid dead name thing. You have to call her PG1. They call her Point Guard 1, PG1. They don't even name her anymore.
That's gay, bro.
Yeah, and they're all. It's like that's how fucking gay all these people are. It's embarrassing.
Weak,
and the black women hate her, and they have to convince us that Angel Reese is a good player. She couldn't hit a fucking barn door with a banjo.
I can't watch women's basketball. It's terrible. It's like watching
fucking
toddlers.
horrific.
Yeah.
I'm with James.
They're not even attractive. The women are not even attractive.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to
they're
take their
definitely
clothes
not.
off half the time.
Like women's volleyball, I can watch. They're attractive as hell, right? But
And
like
they're
I'm with
good,
James.
too.
I'm not a fan of women's any sport really.
Yeah.
But at least you can tell these women in the basketball league hate each other, like
Yeah.
how the NBA players used to actually hate each other, and when they would get on the court, it would be like a fight ready to happen any second.
It's true.
And
it's
now
true.
you got all these NBA players; they're just all pals and all friendly.
It's so gay.
and no one hates anyone, and it's gay as fuck.
Yeah.
They might as well go to the back and fuck instead of play a sport.
That's true, bro.
Do you want to know what would happen if there wasn't cameras? If there wasn't any cameras or there wasn't any refs, those black women will grab Caitlin Clark by the fucking hair and beat her down, mate.
They would try.
Even
Oh,
the
yeah,
black
of
people on her own team would join in because they hate her as well.
Yeah.
They would beat the living fuck out of her if they could get away with it.
Facts, bro. We got D-Wag in the chat. He's says that Miami John's bald is greater than James's bald. I mean, like, you guys having a lover's quarrel over there? What's
We're
that
having a
about?
bald off or something. I'm wearing a fucking hat, mate. I'm not bald. I've got hair under here.
Yeah, let's go.
Bald.
Yeah.
It's a
You know
myth.
what's funny? D-Wag, I used to have long hair like you have. You're gonna lose it one day.
Oh shit,
then
D-Wag, he's
we're gonna
calling
be
you out.
having-
John is doing a heel
We're-
turn on
we're-
D-Wag right here. You've seen it live.
We're
folks.
gonna have a bald off.
You're gonna have a little.
We're gonna like
You guys are gonna touch
all
tips.
see who's. No, not that. I'm
That's
saying
that,
we're
bro.
gonna have a competition to
It
see
is
who's
that
bald
month.
is the best.
It is that month, bro.
I hope
100%.
D-Wag. I hope D-Wag ends up like this at the moment, right? He's like Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, right? I hope he ends up looking like NXT Shawn Michaels, like a shriveled up cock, mate. I tell you, have you seen him? He's got like 3 strands on his head, mate, and his face is. I hope he ends up looking like NXT Shawn Michaels.
No. Shout out to Professor Grass in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're having a good day today. 100%. But no, everybody's in agreement, bro. I can't watch women's basketball. It sucks too much, bro. It's like watching like your kids, if you have kids, trying to play a sport, and you just they're good job. But no, I can't watch it. If they were, in lingerie or something, maybe that's different.
I do like Sophie Cunningham, the enforcer for the Indiana Fever.
Yeah.
She kind of like got big because she stood up for Caitlin Clark, and she's kind of like
She's
she's
pretty
into a
cute.
mixed
She's pretty
martial
cute,
arts.
yeah.
She's kind of like a Dennis Rodman enforcer. I kind of like her, you know what I mean? She's got a bit about her.
Yeah.
She does a bit of wiggle jiggle online, you know
Dude,
what
I
I'm
love
saying?
wiggle
so she's
jiggle.
all right.
Who don't love a good
But
wiggle
she's a bit
jiggle,
too,
bro?
she's a bit
Everyone
too
loves
tall
wiggle
for me,
jiggle.
though. I'm only fucking 5'9". She's something like, I don't know how fucking tall this bitch is, but I think she's over 6
Bro,
foot.
they're never too tall for you, bro. Everybody when they lay down, everybody's about the same height. That's all that matters right there.
I like my women a bit shorter. I like the shorter women, man.
I've dated some tall ass model type women. Fucking, it's awesome. Whenever we would
But
go,
you're like 7 feet tall, right?
I'll get the Cuban heels out, mate, like Tom
Bro, I
Cruise. I ain't
wouldn't
having
give a
some
fuck.
Amazon bird making me look like a
no,
midget.
I would tell her to put on the heels too. I'd be like, bitch, we going out. I want you standing tall. Everybody gonna be looking at her, looking at me. We're gonna have a good time. Let's fucking go. We got Blue Lotus in the chat. Shout out to you, Blue Lotus. She says, gymnastics or ice skating are great women's sports, always have been. Yeah, I do. I love gymnastics. I love women's figure skating, speed skating.
I
But
watched the women's tennis for the grunting.
I love women's tennis. The only problem with those sports, okay, there is one caveat. When these women stop doing the sports, bro, their asses blow up and like to the size of a fucking trailer, like literally.
Do you see Serena's back? She was at the Queen's Club today.
Oh yeah,
You know, the warm up to Wimbledon,
Yeah.
and her ass is fucking massive, bro.
yeah, massive, bro. So if you're ever around women who used to figure skate or if horseback ride, that's another
Play
one.
soccer.
Yeah, soccer. Well, soccer women are very attractive too. I love women's soccer.
Yeah.
I could watch that too.
Who's that bird you had up front that was really good looking, played up front for the States? She was like brunette ponytail. She was good looking.
That lesbian one? That's the only one I can remember.
No, not the one with the short hair, mate. She ain't my type. What's her name?
Rufino or Rufio?
Yeah, Megan Rapinoe, isn't she? You
Rapinoe,
know,
there it
I
is.
hate Trump
There it
Rapinoe,
is.
man. Fucking
There it
hell.
But yeah,
Jesus
no.
Christ.
Bro, I've dated tall girls and I've had them wear heels. They've been towering over me. I say, put on that fucking mini skirt or that club dress. We going out, baby girl. We're going to have a good
That's
time.
strategic.
Did she carry you to bed, did she, at the end of the night? Did she?
He told him to wear the heels and the skirt so he could just look to the right and he's looking up the skirt.
Jesus,
Yeah, I
man.
said, wrap those legs around me. We're going to wrestle later. Let's go. We're going to get some wrestling on 100%.
I reckon she put you over. She grabbed you, put you over the shoulder. Just like-
Yeah, I climbed up her hair. Yeah, all that good stuff. No, good
exactly,
stuff.
fucking
Yeah,
hell.
100%, bro. But no, did you guys also hear about that old Spencer Pratt? So we had Spencer Pratt running for mayor, LA mayor here. Spencer Pratt was comfortably in second place until the Democrats had a wait. Don't. We got to count the late ballots, is what they said. We got to count the late ballots, and it takes a couple of weeks to count them all. It's funny because when Gavin Newsom had a recall, they counted all the votes in one motherfucking day. Okay, and he didn't get recalled. But now all of a sudden we need 2 or 3 weeks to count the recall, and it turns out I got some footage here. Maybe we'll play it. Maybe we won't. Project Veritas and everybody else caught all of these Democrat people going through in LA. We have a Skid Row. It's like 50 square blocks in LA where all the fucking
Jesus.
it is. It's like a homeless like fucking city, bro.
Was it a nice ballot stuffing operation?
That's what it was. They were going through offering them $2 to $5 a pop to sign, and the
Jesus.
people would sign 3 or 4 of them. They got them on film doing this for that Indian lady that's running for mayor. She didn't even win her own district, and this bitch somehow outright wins the most mail-in ballots, bro. They even had illegal immigrants voting before deportation, so they got the
Fucking-
illegal immigrants. They have them
Well, I heard they
arrested for
the mail-in
deportation.
ballots, literally 0 came in for Spencer Pratt.
Literally 0. Yeah,
that's
it's
amazing.
a statistical anomaly came in. 0 for Spencer.
You think they
Pratt.
try and like make it less obvious that they're cheating? They give
They
them
don't-
like 1 or 2.
they don't
fucking-
give a
It's
fuck.
like how mad, how corrupt is California? It blows my fucking
They
mind.
don't
that
give
it's
a
that
fuck,
corrupt.
bro. Yeah, it is firmly in
It's
hand.
crazy.
The corruption is terrible. We even had an audit here, and the government, the federal government, wants California to repay something like $15 billion in stolen funding that they just did. That just came out like maybe 3 or 4 hours ago. So that's hot off the presses right there. But
And then you do redistricting, so you're more fucked, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
They made it more like Democrat centric, didn't they, with the redistricting?
Oh yeah, and all the street vendors, we get them to vote 2 or 3 times, all that kind of stuff. But it's all by design, man, and it's crazy. We got a Nacho. Shout out to Nacho in the chat. He says Brock Pierce is offering $1 million for evidence of fraud in that election. Well, he's gonna have to pay out because I've already seen videos. We saw Project Veritas. Like I'm not really a huge Project Veritas guy. I don't know where they lay or whatever, but they got video of people out canvassing the homeless people, paying them money to vote. They got it all recorded.
Yeah, they're doing the same trick where I remember in 2020 Crowder did and I don't like Crowder, but he did a really good expose where it's like he tracked where all these mail-in ballots were coming from. And the ballot harvesting ballots were coming from, and it's like, hold on, there's like 1,000 people living in this park that isn't a real address.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, they're doing the same old tricks. I heard that They did that also now in this LA mayor election.
Yep. That's what they're doing. They also
which
have
is
it where
just
there's
wild.
little windows cut in the envelopes where you can see if they put a bubble for which person, and if the bubble isn't the right bubble, they just throw them away. That's going around too. So there's a lot of crazy shit going around.
I mean, what a choice, eh? Fucking Karen Bass and this Indian bird who's
Yeah, so
fucking
you can get
hooked up by Hassan Piker.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking Hassanabi,
Yeah.
that cunt. I mean, it drives me fucking crazy, man. It's like people should have a chance to vote one side or the other. It shouldn't be like
Yeah.
fucking left and fucking extreme left. You know what I mean? It's like give the people a fucking fair crack.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a communist
it's
or a
just
communist. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
even,
exactly. Who'd you vote for? What, do you want to get stabbed or poisoned?
Yeah, I don't
Did you vote
understand.
for Mao or did you vote for Stalin?
Right.
Which one? Come on.
Yeah, you want
Yeah,
you want
exactly.
good Chinese food or you want Russian vodka. So that's the choice. No, I don't.
I mean, in
understand-
California is like fucking, it's one of the biggest economies in the world.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is a serious fucking place. You could fit England in fucking California.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? This is like a serious fucking place. And you got a buffoon like Gavin Newsom trolling Trump over getting booed at Madison Square Garden. And you got fucking these idiots rigging fucking elections.
Yeah, it's insane.
And they don't give a shit.
They don't care, and they're all incompetent. Like I don't understand how Karen Bass can even run for mayor again after how she handled the Pacific Palisades fire. If not the fact, it's got to point to the whole thing's corruption. The whole thing's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, how is she not up for charges,
Yeah,
right?
how is she not up for
But
charges?
instead, she's running for mayor.
Yeah,
But
she's
then
running
they'll
again.
tell you, and you know, I'm no big Trump fan anymore. I haven't been for a while, but
I think
then
you're a
they'll tell
Trump
you,
fan,
oh, but
John.
Trump is a felon.
He's a Trumper.
is
He's a true
felon.
believer, our John.
Yeah, our John, he's a Lazarus. he's coming back. He's
I
good.
just
Trump for
you know,
third term.
My big hatred of the left, right? It's like there's a million and one things where you could criticize Trump, and I would be like, yeah, I completely agree with you. But then they'll be like, he's a felon, and it's like, now you're gonna make me defend this fucking asshole that I don't even like.
Yeah, which is wild, bro. The whole thing's crazy. The whole mayoral election is crazy. I even thought I saw one of the governors here, that one of the guys running for governor. He's like, I'm gonna go ahead and get Spencer Pratt to campaign with me. We're gonna get some of his energy and good common sense. And all I could think about was, oh brother, where art thou? When the mayor and oh brother, where art thou? The big fat guy turned around and said, you guys are done with all your bad shenanigans, right? And then he says, they're gonna be my brain trust, which is a big fucking joke. Why doesn't he say, hey, we need to investigate the fraud going on in these elections? How come that's not happening? We got Hobo in the chat. He says, at one time, California could have succeeded from the United States. Yeah, we didn't. Hillbilly Harry says, it will affect the rest of the country in national elections too. And that's the truth. You know, it's crazy to watch the blatant, open fraud that is transpiring in California. And how it's just left to go.
But isn't it
unchecked.
depressing how they just don't even try to hide it?
They don't
That's
even
the
try to hide it
depressing
anymore.
part.
Yeah.
The depressing part is they're just like, fuck you, we're going to do it, we're going to rig it, this is the way it's going to be, this is the way it's always been, and this is the way it's going to be in the future. And if you don't like it, you can fuck off.
Yeah, there's no pushback.
You know, these are the people you're dealing with. Absolute corruption.
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke.
Yeah, and you know, to be honest with you, it's feminism. Feminism has put all of these women in place that has created all of this corruption. There is no moral standard when it comes to that. The only women who have moral standards are mothers. Well, I mean, and there's some exceptions. Of course, Forrest Mommy, she's one of the rare unicorns. She's always, you know, goes without saying. But like, what the hell's going on? You know, we got Karen Bass. Now we got an Indian chick running, bro. We got Carrie C. She says she's done voting, especially in New Jersey, bro. Yeah, and we got all the Indians invading Texas now. Texas used to be a holdout for conservative, family-minded people. Now it's going to complete, absolute shit, literally Indian shit on the streets.
They'll turn that, won't they?
Yeah.
They'll turn it from Republican to Democrat. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They import all these people and they turn it from Republican to Democrat. Then once they're in power, they abuse power, make it impossible for there to be a fair system. And that's what they fucking do all the time.
Yeah.
They've done it in London. They completely turn London into like left wing, Labour, Liberal Democrat, Green centric, basically kicked out all the Conservatives. And what they do is they move further and further out of the borough into the outskirts. So they have like your vote, they say your vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
You might as well fucking piss your vote down the toilet.
Yeah. Well, and then you bring up a good point. Now we're going to talk a little bit about England. We're going to talk about a little bit about Ireland, about what's going on over there in Belfast. Belfast is on fire right now. We had that attempted beheading. That they're trying to lie and they're trying to say it wasn't a beheading, it was a stabbing, it was what the guy almost got his head chopped off by an immigrant who he helped move into his new immigrant house 4 days earlier. It was his neighbor, bro. That was his neighbor who helped the guy move in 4 days earlier. How do you have like your neighbor in 4 days turn and fucking sit straddling you, trying to cut your head off overnight? That is insane. So then we got a whole bunch of Belfast riots. And what are the politicians saying, James? What do they want to do now? Do they want to go after the immigrants, or what are they going to do?
No, so you got.
Hold on there, James. We just had the audio drop out. Let me fix that audio real quick. But I'm glad before we get James on a roll, because I know I know you're racist and you're going to talk about it. But all right, James, you're back. Hit me with it, bro.
All right. So, yeah, I'm going to get into my absolute racism now. So, like, you've got this Sudanese scumbag who's on the floor with a blade at a man's throat, right?
Is it a Kurpan?
And this man, fucking whatever. He could have a Kurpan, he could have whatever.
I just say that because Kurpans are legal,
Kurpan's legal.
Did he have an
when it's
illegal
immigrants,
blade, or was
everything's
it
legal. It's fucking illegal, it doesn't matter. They play by their own rules. They don't care. So he gets the fucking blade and he puts it at this geezer's throat.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for a few have-a-go heroes, one of them who had a hurley, and that's the stick you use for hurling, and he smashed the fucker over the face.
Oh, shit.
But we found out that wasn't before the guy had his face cut up.
Yeah.
I think he's lost his sight in at least one eye. And the government's reaction to this was, nothing to see here. We have to protect immigrants at all costs. We have to protect the immigrant community. You have the right to peaceful protest, but you don't have the right to riot. Because you have to understand, this was in Northern Ireland, so it's under the auspice of the United Kingdom.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like in Southern Ireland, they don't care. They signed a devil's deal with the European Union. They want to flood Ireland with migrants. So they have to protect the migrant at all fucking costs. So when they had this fucking, to me, it was a demonstration, but they're labeling it as a riot. The first thing that Keir Starmer come out and said is that, look, this was an absolute disgrace. They have no right to do this. We're going to fast track these people through the judicial system. They're going to be convicted. They're going to get sentences. And this was hot on the heels from the Henry Novak issue in Southampton, where I was telling you before we come on stream that they've been fast-tracked, the protesters that have been labelled rioters, they've been fast-tracked through the judicial system. And one guy who threw a brick at a police officer is doing 3 fucking years now. He got a 3-year sentence. Now we have paedophiles in this country that regularly get suspended sentences, but they are so fucking scared of anything coming from the right wing or rising up. And yet this was on the Shankill Road, right? This is no longer Erin Gabra, Island for Ireland. This is fucking an island that's Ireland for everyone but the English.
Yeah.
They hate the English still, but they'll let every Tom, Dick and Harry come across the border because that's how they get their money from the European Union.
Well, I was going to make a comment, James. On June 12th, the EU Migration Pact goes into force, which is going to force everybody to receive, all these countries to receive quotas of immigrants. What about that?
If you take the money, you have to take whatever quota the European Union decides.
Yeah.
And when Ireland decided to kick the English out, they no longer got support from the UK government. So they have to find the funds the other way. So they've signed a devil's deal with the European Union. And I thought this would be the catalyst to put to bed the troubles. I thought you would have Republicans, Protestants from the United Kingdom unite with Southern Ireland and the Catholics against the immigrant community. But there's 2 people. You've got Mary Lou McDonald and Michelle O'Neill, who are now leading Sinn Féin. And they, do you know what they call Sinn Féin now? They call it Sharia Féin.
What is Sinn Féin?
Because they're for the Muslims.
What is Sinn Féin?
Sinn Féin is the IRA.
Okay.
It's the political wing. So remember, you had Martin McGuinness, who headed up the paramilitary organisation, and you had Jerry Adams, who organised the
So it's like,
political organisation. But it isn't the IRA of the past that wanted
okay.
the English out, that
Yeah.
believed in Erin Gabra, Ireland for Ireland.
Yeah.
Now you have Michelle O'Neill and Mary Lou McDonough that believe in flooding Ireland with illegal migrants, and changing the community completely. It's completely gone. So they call it Sharia Féin because they put Muslims first over indigenous Irish people.
Yeah, that's a nice play on words right there. I get it. That's crazy, bro. I saw that the politicians are now blaming everything on Elon Musk. How is that? How is it Elon's fault? What's up with that? I know you're about to take a
well, it's Elon Musk's. It's Elon Musk's fault for bringing attention to the Henry Novak situation.
Oh.
No one was talking about it in this country. There was a complete blackout with the media. There was a complete blackout with the European government and the UK government until there was this, till the case, we found out everything about the case and how poorly it was handled. And suddenly, everyone wants to blame Elon Musk because they want to ban X in this country. They're already talking about a social media ban for under 16s, but they want to ban X because X promotes people like Tommy Robinson, promotes people like Nigel Farage, promotes people like Rupert Lowe. And it's a very convenient excuse. When there's a left-wing protest, no one cares. But when there's a right-wing protest, you have to stop it. You have to nip it in the bud. You have to process people through the judicial system at speed of light and give them criminal convictions to try and deter them from ever doing it again. Yeah. And it's Elon Musk's fault, it's Tommy Robinson's fault, it's Rupert Lowe's fault, it's Nigel Farage's fault. It's not the illegal immigrants' fault.
Yeah.
Because they believe that immigration is our strength.
Yeah.
Immigration is our greatest strength, and it's what's killing our country. It's killing England. It's killing Ireland. It's killing the indigenous population because all our governments are putting illegal migrants and migrants before our own communities. Our communities are dying in England.
Yeah.
Our communities are dying in Ireland. If you go to the Shankill Road, the people that they're going to put in prison, right, are young kids. They're teenagers. They're going to get a criminal record. Their chances of getting a job, their chances of succeeding in life are going to be incredibly handicapped, all because the government refuses to stand up to the problem that is illegal migration in this country and in Ireland.
Yeah, the government's, they're excited about it. They want to pass a law banning X completely so that people don't...
Yeah, they can't wait. They can't wait to ban X in this country. They can't wait. They hate Elon Musk.
So that people stop sharing these inflammatory videos of the guy getting stabbed in the face. We got Seashell SoCal in the chat. She says... it breaks her heart. The guy with special needs. He didn't react like most would. I didn't know he was special needs. That's even worse, bro. Special needs people, they're just happy.
The family come out. Did you hear what the family come out? They got
to
the family, just like they got to Henry Novak's family. They said, please, we don't want you to riot. We don't want you to demonstrate. Respect our wishes. You know, don't go out on the street. And the problem is, I have absolute respect for Henry Novak's family. I have absolute respect for this man's family. But it's bigger than you.
Yeah, it's bigger than
this. Is about a fight for survival. This is about a fight for
right.
survival of England. This is about a fight for survival of Ireland. If we don't speak up, if we don't protest, if we don't riot, we don't demonstrate, nothing will ever change.
Well,
you have to take to the streets.
You know, it's
you have to show that we are not weak and we won't be put down.
Yeah, the thing that I would say is that you know, the reason why people used to fear protests is because there was a threat of a violence. You know, we've defanged masculinity. We've taken the violence away from men so that there is no need to be held accountable by the government. The government doesn't fear a bunch of women protesting, bro. They don't fear it. You get a bunch of men together protesting, start throwing Molotov cocktails and start getting an idea that they want to rush the prime minister's residence. Now they're a little bit afraid, okay? That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. They need to be put back in check. Now, John... you know, we got a whole bunch of this stuff going on over there. They're going door to door. They're pulling out immigrants out of their houses. They're burning down the immigrants' housing. They're a big pushback. What do you think is going to result from this? Is this going to play right into the elite's hands? Is this martial law right on top of us?
Well,
what do you
see, if these were the immigrants protesting, we already know what would happen. They'd get cheered on by the government and everything.
Well,
And
we saw it with George
would
Floyd,
be
didn't
like
we?
this big oppression thing that, oh, they're oppressed, so they have a right to be mad and destroy your home and your business. But since these are native Irish people, they're gonna get demonized as right-wing extremists who hate immigrants and are racist and God knows what else. And this is gonna bring on, like you said, martial law. It's gonna bring on, if not like actual martial law, it's gonna bring on, mass
Curfew.
arrests.
Yeah.
Yep, curfews and a bunch of other crazy shit. And it's just gonna further demonize the native population in legalistic governmental policy, and it's just gonna exacerbate the whole situation even further.
Yeah.
It's not gonna help. Nothing they're gonna do is gonna be to help the native Irish population.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
No, the government hates them.
Yeah.
The government hates
Yep.
the Irish people that have come up under IRA, come up under Sinn Féin, come up under the Troubles, hate the people that fought with them.
Yeah.
They fought to get the English out of Ireland, but they won't fight to get the illegal migrants out of Ireland.
No, they're bringing them in. They're the ones bringing them in. Think about
Yeah.
all of the money that's supporting the pipeline of immigration into these countries, and it's been going on for 15 plus years. We got Hobo in the
I'm
chat.
glad that the natives are standing up. I'll tell you that, but it's not gonna. In the end, they're already too far gone.
Well,
it's gonna end up
Yeah.
just backfiring.
Hobo in the chat says the armed uprising will never happen because everybody has to go to work the next day. Well, that's true. But I think
also, they don't have arms.
yeah, I think it will never happen because of the feminism. To be honest with you, feminism has undermined the masculinity, which is the protection of the local communities, the protection of family, the protection of your neighborhood, of everything like that. But feminism is fucking undermined that shit. It's fucking toast. So they're not going to go to war against the government because they depend on the government for not only their finances, but they also depend on the government for the actual violence as it is implemented through the police system. Women need that kind of stuff, whereas men, they can say, "Fuck this! We're gonna band together. We're gonna institute our own rules. Anybody who touches our daughters are gonna get killed." You got those gangs running over there molesting children like crazy. I see videos all the time of even the immigrants saying that's what they do. They felt like they wanted to do it, so they did it. They're on video, and nothing.
But look at the
happens to them.
difference.
Yeah.
Look at the difference of Sinn Féin and the IRA when it was led by Martin McGuinness and Jerry Adams. What would they do, and how did they do it? They disappeared people.
Yeah.
There's people that you never find the bodies. They disappeared people in the middle of the night. They went to their house, they took them, they killed them, and they disappeared, and their families have never had answers. Now you've got Sinn Féin led by two fucking women, and it's like, yo, yeah, European Union, we'll take all your money, and then we'll take whatever. This is what I've always said about how Brexit was a good thing, and yet people portray it as a bad thing. Because what do you want to be? Do you want to be a rule maker, or do you want to be a rule taker? Ireland, Southern Ireland, is a rule taker. The EU can put any cap they want on migrants that come to the country. Take out illegal migrants. I'm talking legal migrants. They can take any cap and force it on Ireland because Ireland have taken the devil's deal. If you take €1, you have to abide by all the rules.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. Ireland is a rule taker.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see England, I don't want to see United Kingdom become a rule taker again.
Yeah.
Brexit was a good thing. People tell you it's a bad thing, but it wasn't.
Yeah. We need more Braveheart. We need a William Wallace, bro. You're not going to get that from.
Don't say that around James.
Yeah, you're not going to get that from Juanita.
But no,
Wallace.
but like I can respect that.
Yeah.
I respect people who are proud Scottish people, proud Welsh, proud Irish, proud Northern Irish, proud English. I don't necessarily believe in the United Kingdom. I believe in individual countries. If the United Kingdom broke up tomorrow, I wouldn't cry over it because I get to embrace my flag. I get to embrace my country. I get to embrace my national anthem. People talk about, oh yeah, you're an ethno-nationalist. No, mate, I'm a fucking patriot. I love this country. I'm English. Just like you're an American, you love America. You don't necessarily love your government all the time, but you love your country
ever.
and you're proud to be an American. You're proud to be an American, just as I'm proud to be English. You know what I mean?
At one point, yes, but once you travel internationally, and I'm sure, John, you've traveled a little bit internationally. It's not really great to be an American in a lot of countries. You say it's better to say you're from Canada or whatever. And that's the truth. I've had people give me the advice, put Canadian flags on your backpack and all that kind of stuff. Don't freely say you're from America.
When I was in California, when I was living out there, some of the locals out there were telling us like, "Oh yeah, just say you're from California if you travel internationally. They treat you a lot better than if you say you're American."
Yeah. I mean, that's true. That's true. Shout out to Divinity Comics crashing in the chat right now. Good to see you, bro. No, but that's the thing, and it's going to be like, well, what is the line? Is there a line? Is it even going to happen? Are people going to reconstitute their families? Because the way that the government wants to raise your families, they want to have the village raise your family, and they want to be the village to raise your family. Funny enough, it's the same as the occult. The occult has the same belief. They don't believe that. They believe everybody should share the children. How crazy is that, bro? That's some crazy shit right there. But no. When you do that, you destroy the idea of being special within that child. Every child has a mother, they have a father. They should be special to those two people, and that should be the relationship. And that's how you nurture someone and create a whole person, so that when they grow up, they're mature and they can wield the authority that they should as adults. What are your thoughts on that, James?
Yeah, I agree. I'm very big on family. I'm very big on family values. I'm very big on, like you, the 3-generation family. Yeah. My family, like my mother's side, they come from Italy. Back when my family come before they left the old country and come to this country, they all lived in the same little rundown house. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. A family that stays together wins together. Yeah. They looked after each other. They protected each other. They nurtured each other. They cared for each other. Yeah. They used to eat dinner around the table. You know what I mean? It was like us against them, backs against the wall. You know what I mean? That's what I admire. That's what I appreciate. Yeah. I like people that like take their family outside of government auspices. You know what I mean? They find their own little piece of paradise. They put their backs against the wall and they do the best they can for their family without the outside influence of a perverse government that seems, this is the thing that really hurts me and breaks my heart when I see children, good families, good children, love their family. They go away to university for 4 years and they come back and they hate their family. Yeah. Yeah. Everything that's helped raise them and get to that point. Yeah. And then they come back from university and they spit in their family's face and say, no, I no longer like you. I no longer love you. I'm no longer going to associate with you. I'm cutting you off. All because some fucking lecturer got into their ear and corrupted them.
And that's the government and academia. That's their hate for the family unit, for the father, for masculinity.
They want to break it up.
Yeah. We got Blue Lotus in the chat. She says, you need women who are willing to fight back too. We do exist. Maybe not actual fighting, but standing up for what's right, no matter how unpleasant it is. I completely agree.
Mothers are the great protectors. I tell you, they die for their kids.
I completely agree. There's nothing stronger than a woman than a mother's love. I completely agree with that. And also, women multiply the household. Women can take little pieces of something and create fantastic homes, and create a space where you want to exist. And 100% agree with that. That's a traditional woman in my respect. She cares about her family. She wants to give her children the best. She fights to give her children the best. She doesn't do like the modern mother or the modern woman and sell her child to Disneyland so she can get more attention from a producer or something like we see on Nickelodeon. That's my idea of a modern woman and a modern.
Do you know what my mum and dad said after the Henry Novak speech, when his father gave that speech? And it was a very nice speech. It was a very eloquent speech. It was like, look, we don't want to see protests. We don't want to see riots. Don't do this in Henry's name. My mum and dad were like, fuck that. They said, if someone did that to you, they'd be out for blood.
That's right.
That's my family. My dad said, I would hunt those people down to the ends of the earth. He said, if they took my son from me, I would do something and take something from them. And that's how my mum and dad were. Right. My mum and dad my mum would fucking burn down the whole world and everyone in it if it meant protecting me. That's the way she is. She's always been like that.
Yeah, we got Ciso SoCal in the chat. She said, you take that to the bank. Nothing is stronger than a mother's love and protection. I completely agree with that. Just the majority of women have been programmed like they don't even want to cook for their kids anymore. They want to shovel chemicals in their mouth. But James is 100% right. And if you're lucky enough to have a mother, to have a relationship with a mother like that, then count yourself lucky. because you have something special. 100%. What are your thoughts, John, on that? Did you want to put 2 cents in on that?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to add to what James was saying. Like, if I had a son and some fucking, it doesn't matter who it was, killed my son, I would destroy that person's
100%,
family piece
bro.
by piece.
100%.
I would hunt them down and fucking not sleep until they were all done.
They robbed me. That's my future. That's my legacy. I'm gonna live on through my son and through hopefully his sons or daughters. How could you go on? How could you go back to doing crossword puzzles to go into bingo?
Consider yourself a man if you did.
That's what I'm saying. This is fucking ridiculous.
Exacting and apocalyptic levels of revenge.
Yeah,
you couldn't consider yourself a man at that point, in my opinion.
We got D-Wag in the chat. He says his mom just DoorDash him some rallies. He got what burger did you get, buddy? Did you get a milkshake with it too? We all want to know. I'm getting kind of hungry myself. But a mother's love is there's nothing like it.
I'm still waiting for the D-Wag bounce. When are we going to get this D-Wag bounce that everyone talks about?
Well, that's why he's eating the rallies. Bounce. He's trying to get a little heavier. He's going to bounce a little bit more. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to D-Wag. But that's 100% right. The mother's love, can't question it. They're equally important. A father's love and a mother's love, equally important.
Yeah.
Blue Lotus says you can do crosswords in prison. Bro, Blue Lotus, you just made a fantastic point. The only time that I could have peace of mind is if I went and had justice on those who did something to my child. I would happily sit in prison and do crosswords knowing that justice had been executed upon these people and had been brought to these people, and they weren't out walking around living a life that should have been taken from them. 100%. Kelly Cat says she just DoorDashed a calzone and a salad. Is anybody else out there DoorDashing this stuff? Let's go. I need to DoorDash some stuff.
Calzone and a salad. Nice little mix there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Healthy, not so healthy.
Bro, I could go for a calzone right now. Some pizza.
I could too, yeah, man.
D-Wag says he's got a big Buford combo with a fruit punch, a.k.a. pineapple Kool-Aid. Well, I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from D-Wag.
Did you put the pineapple in it?
Yeah, did you put the pineapple in the Kool-Aid there, D-Wag? 100%. Divinity Comics says he hates us. It might be because of the calzone or the big Buford. I don't know which one. Which one do you want more, bro? I could go for a big Buford and some fries right now with a chocolate shake. Hell yeah. D-Wag says no tomato, extra onion. Yeah, he doesn't eat.
He's on the diet, isn't he, D-Wag? He can't go too hard.
Yeah, 100%. He can't go too hard about that. Nacho says I don't have any kids, but if someone did something to my nephew, so no one could ever find the body. Bro, I feel the same way.
It is. It's a natural reaction, isn't it? It's been kind of like drummed out of us.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
These left-wing people, these liberal people, the fucking government people, they will never understand the pure visceral rage.
That's what.
If someone took a member of your family, and it's a natural reaction.
Yeah.
It's called natural justice.
Yeah.
If someone takes something from you, you take something from them in return, because you can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
You just couldn't sleep at night. You couldn't live with yourself knowing that this guy's going to be out there. Like this guy that's just been to prison. Was it Karmelo Anthony?
Yeah.
He's going to get out in 17 fucking years, right? Your son's dead in the ground, rotting.
That's what I'm saying.
And this fucker is going to come out. He's going to find a girl. He's going to get married. He's going to have a kid. His life is going to continue. But he took your son. Your son died at that moment. No continuation. No children. No grandchildren. No loving wife. No family. And this fucker's going to come out and rub it in your face. Go on TV. Say how sorry he is. You know, he didn't mean it. You have to listen to this fucking shit for the rest of your life. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's got me all worked up right now.
He shouldn't be walking the earth.
Yeah, we got Blue Lotus. She says it's primal instincts. And that's what they're pushing out of men is these primal instincts. They're trying to declaw men. And those instincts are what make men attractive. And they also they're the reason why their children can be safe. And you got to protect your kids. And
do you want a man that can't protect his family? Yeah. What woman wants a man that can't protect his family?
Yeah, exactly. I say that's going to be the line. They're going to come for the. I'm not saying they haven't already come for the children, but they're going to come for the children in mass, and it's going to be up to the parents. That could be our saving grace to society is the parents' love for their children. Their willingness to lay down their life so that their children can go ahead and live. That could be
I would
what it comes down
sacrifice
to.
my life. I would
I would.
sacrifice my life for the woman that I love.
Yep.
I would sacrifice my life for my children, my
Yep.
grandchildren, whatever.
Yep.
I would give my life for them. I would
Yep.
stand in front of them, take the bullet, whatever.
Yeah. And we already know,
because that's what you got to do.
and we already know John would, because he just rise again the next day like Lazarus, like he's already done.
Yeah, I know. He's got the cheat code. I hate this fucking guy. I hate bald people. I hate people with cheat codes.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Just going through the chat a little bit and see what's going on in there. No, but that's the thing. Let's end it on a good note, a fun note. I know I've got all worked up. I'm sure you guys have got all worked up. I got to cool off a little bit because that.
I want to punch someone in the face now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all worked up, bro. I'm all like, ready to go.
I was going to go to bed, but I think I might have a workout before bed.
That's what I was gonna say. I might have to do a workout. I already did one today, but I might have to do another one. But that's the way it is. And women, look for a man like that has that visceral reaction to protect your children. And I would say men look for a woman who has the same visceral reaction. It's very well said by Blue Lotus. Women aren't supposed to be out there fighting. I don't expect them to, but I do expect them to contribute in the way to prepare the man so he can go fight on behalf of the family. When two people get together, the whole goal is to raise children successfully. You guys both work to raise those children, okay? Of course, you still love each other. Of course, you still get blowjobs in the movie theater. I'm not saying don't stop the fun stuff, bro. That's what makes it work. Of course, maybe you do a little bit of anal on the anniversary. Maybe you do that. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Whatever's up to you. But your goal is to make a life so that the children can be protected, so they don't get corrupted or ensnared or harmed or ruined by one act from some motherfucker who didn't care about anything and wants to just destroy shit, bro. 100%. Blue Lotus says we're gun owners. I agree with that. Deep breath. We got to woo-saw it out. I see Seashell SoCal saying deep breath, yeah. Kelly Cat says never stop the fun stuff. Yeah, never stop the fun stuff, bro. That's important.
It's good to talk about the heavy stuff as well because, you can't veer away from it. That's what the government wants you to do. What do you think Keir Starmer's doing right now?
Yeah.
What do you think fucking Mary Lou McDonald's doing in Ireland? It's like, don't talk about it. Hush tones. Just let it sweep over. Forget about it. It doesn't matter that this guy's lost a fucking eye and he nearly lost his head.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? We must protect the immigrants at all fucking costs because diversity is our strength. No, it isn't. Ireland is for Ireland, just like England's for England, just like America's for America.
Yeah.
You're a fucking American.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, be proud of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. If you go to Europe, be proud that you're American. Most of the people in Europe are cunts anyway.
No, I'm just going to be proud to be part of my family. That's as far as I can say.
Yeah.
John, you might have the same take. I've learned so much about what America's had, what America's done to people in other countries. It's difficult. I've had conversations with people in other countries about, they ask me that, do you know what your government is doing? I'm like, I don't know. And then of course I'm like, bro, I don't want to be held accountable. I'm on this trip somewhere in Europe or in Asia, and they're talking to me about my government and what they're doing. I'm like, bro, can I just get some wonton soup or some shit like that with some egg rolls? Can we chill out on this for a minute? But yeah, but it does need to be talked about.
It's like the dating game now. It's like the dating game though now, isn't it? You fucking got to pass the political test to get a shag.
Bro, and that's another thing too. Is women are crazy, dog, nowadays. And not all women, of course. Every woman in the chat, you guys goes without saying. You guys are all fantastic and awesome people, and you're self-aware. There's so many people, so many women out there who are solipsistic, and also there's so many guys out there who are simps, who are raised by single mothers with no father in the household, that they just try to please the woman, and no woman wants a man who's going to be subservient to him. That might be fun for a week, but bro, then then the woman's looking like, where's the real man at? You know what I'm saying? We don't want this subservient man. This simp man, you know what I'm saying, John? You got to watch out for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. But we're coming up on top of the second hour, people. We've had a vigorous discussion, as they put it today. A great stream today. We covered a ton of shit. I didn't even get through half the stuff that I wrote down, and that's okay. That's how I know that we're having a good conversation, is because I don't get to half my notes. I'll just save them to later, unless something else bigger and better.
What's the fun one to end it on? We got to end it on a fun bit. What's the fun bit?
Yeah, we got to come up with something fun. John, if you have any ideas, or James.
I was looking forward to. It's not a fun bit, but talking about that soccer player.
Which soccer player is that?
Oh, Christian Eriksen.
You know,
Yeah.
okay.
the one who totally didn't collapse
Yeah.
on the field because of a
Let me see
certain
if I-
thing that they forced on him.
I was gonna see if
Yeah,
I
when you rant about COVID, that's hilarious.
Yeah, okay,
man.
yeah, let's talk about that for a second before we bounce out of here. Yeah, there was a guy. Do you think that soccer player, and he just collapsed? What is he, 34 or something like that? I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 34.
Christian
so
Eriksen is a
still-
footballer.
He's
I
just
just
past
did
his
the
prime,
thing.
but he's still in you know, he's just a hair below prime level age, right?
Yeah, yeah. And he
Yeah.
collapsed. So,
And,
John, do you think
and
it
he
was
just collapsed?
You think it was the pericarditis caused by COVID, or the shot?
You know, so myocarditis, pericarditis is what they keep saying is
Yeah.
what these shots caused, right? That's the unapproved conspiracy narrative.
Yeah,
But it's funny. So I went on Grok and I was like, I'm curious. I mean, I know we've all seen all these people just collapsing, like
Yeah.
professional athletes
Yeah.
ever since 21. So, I asked Grok, like, give me an extensive list of professional and college athletes, high profile cases of someone collapsing, and it's like people after people after
Yeah.
people, right? Like the list is crazy. You know, LeBron James' son is
Yeah.
one of the more high profile ones.
Yep.
There was that DeMar Hamlin, the football player that just, you know, he looked like he took a normal hit and then all of a sudden he's out.
He's
and
out.
It disappeared him for like 3 weeks.
yeah,
There've been a bunch. It was like, I don't know. Grok said it couldn't compile everyone because it's just too many, basically.
they're used.
That's just since 21.
Yeah, they're
However, then I asked Grok, okay, now give me an extensive list of high-profile athletes, college and professional, that have collapsed on the field, either in practice or during a game previous to 2021. And I didn't tell it why. I mean, obviously, it's not. You know, it knows what I'm trying to get at, but
Sure.
I didn't ask it in a
Right.
way to make it obvious, and it lists them out, and it's not that many. It's like, one here, then like you go back a year, maybe like one a year sometimes, and then there's sometimes where it's like 4 years that it happens.
right.
It's very rare, very rare.
Yeah,
And then it says, internet is trying to say that it's because of this vaccine, but there's no evidence to suggest this.
yeah. That's the thing that we didn't get to, is that AI is a liar, and we were going to get to
Yeah.
that, and I was going to talk about all of that kind of stuff about how AI is a fucking liar. But you're 100% right. Blue Lotus is asking the question: was it the people who took the booster shots, or just the first 2 shots? Does it say how many shots that Christian took, or anything
No,
like that?
you can't. They're very secretive.
Yeah, they're
about
very
that
secretive about that.
info. They don't want you to. Obviously, we know that every athlete was kind of forced to take the shot.
Yeah.
And for a time, the boosters. There were a couple that said no, like Kyrie Irving, famous basketball
And
player,
Djokovic,
who said, "I'm not
you know.
doing it."
Yeah,
There was that Novak
Djokovic, yeah,
the
the tennis player, right? Yeah,
tennis player who said he wasn't going to do it, and they wouldn't allow him into the country for the Australian Open.
yeah. I remember that.
There was Aaron Rodgers, who famously
Yep, he said no.
He was already immunized.
Yeah,
And basically he didn't. He just caught COVID. And
Yeah.
said,
Well-
no, I don't need the shot.
along
But
the
most of these players were forced into it.
100% along the same lines. Did you hear what is actually in the what is it, the that shot you take to get thin? What is it called?
Ozempic,
Ozempic.
Yeah, did you hear what it actually is? They say it's
reptile venom.
yes,
From
it's
the
a
Gila monster?
it's a Gila monster venom that eats and wastes away your tissues, and that's what it is. They've been working on it since the 60s. They say it's a
It
GLP.
blocks off the GLP.
They say it's a GLP-1, but
the-
it's not. It's not a GLP-1.
Well, what it does is it blocks off it occupies the spot that GLP-1 would occupy.
Yeah.
Therefore, artificially raising your GLP-1 levels in your bloodstream, which I guess is supposedly the reason.
But it's not a
that your body
GLP-1
starts
though.
losing
Just
weight.
because it blocks
it's
the
not a
receptor.
GLP-1.
Yeah, because it blocks the receptor, it means. But the crazy thing is that, like, I was watching some videos about this, and a guy was going around showing the data to a lot of the doctors, and they had no idea about it. And a lot of the side effects of this is not only that you waste away, that it eats all your tissues, osteoporosis, but a huge increase in thyroid and breast cancers, and also there's this thing called eye wasting, where your eye actually decomposes in the socket and the retina tears away from it. And
Wow.
there's a some kind of weird term for it, like eye wasting disease or something like that. But it actually causes blindness, and there's going to be a big spike in blindness in all these motherfuckers. And they completely lied to all the doctors that they told, and they said it was a GLP-1, but it's not. It's a venom, and that is insane. And so I don't know how anybody can trust the medical establishment anymore after the mRNA and after this thing with the Novartis or whatever it is with the I forget. I already forgot what the shot was called, but what's the shot called again?
With Manjaro, Ozempic.
Ozempic, yeah, with the Ozempic shit, yeah. And the other thing too is I saw that they're actually starting to inject a lot of cattle with or pigs with mRNA vaccines, and a lot of the ranchers are coming out now and saying that like 70% of their herd has died because of it. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there. But we're gonna wrap it up. We're coming up on top of the 2
Who the
hours.
hell wants a skinny pig anyway? If you don't want that delicious bacon fat, that belly, pork belly fat,
Yeah,
what's wrong with people?
yeah, bro. The other thing is this is like the monkey's paw, isn't it? It's kind of like the Simpsons, the monkey's paw, where like you get 3 wishes. You wish to be rich, but then like your mom dies and gets in a horrific accident, and you get the insurance money. It's always extremely negative in how it's fulfilled. You're like, I wish I could be thin. Okay, well here's Ozempic. Okay, great. Now I'm blind. Now I have cancer 2 years later, and my bones, I can't even walk anymore. Because the Gila monster venom also attacks the nervous system. If you didn't see, Oprah Winfrey can't even walk no more. That bitch is cooked, dog. Her need to be
I
thin.
didn't see that.
Cooked her ass.
You know, just if you want to be healthy, eat healthy.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Like, just eat regular, real
Yeah.
foods, whole foods, not none of that processed bullshit. You know, even if you don't want to be extreme and eat a low carb diet or something, just eat non-processed shit, because the processed shit is, you know, that's there to kill you.
bro. The funny part is when you have people like Vito who are taking Ozempic and still eating all that shit, and their weight stays the same. It does.
Shit, he's on Ozempic.
Yeah, he was on Ozempic. Yeah.
Fucking no way.
Yeah, when he was doing the
That's got to be a lie.
no, he was when he was doing the booty, the Vito's booty thing with Dick Masterson. He was on Ozempic. He was taking it.
Do you know what the problem is, though? He has no commitment to anything. He doesn't have a commitment to be a fat man. He doesn't have commitment to deliver his comic book. He doesn't have commitment to stay on Ozempic.
Yeah.
The guy just doesn't have any commitment. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Nacho Thomas, that is not true.
Yeah.
I completely disagree with you.
Nacho is saying that he
If-
can't afford to eat healthy anymore. Healthy food is expensive.
Junk food, junk food, even if it wasn't just the actual physical cost of the thing being more expensive, because it is, like, it just is. If you go buy fast food and junk food, it's just as expensive as eating a nice steak at the house. Even if that wasn't the case, like the problem with your health bills later are gonna multiply and way overtake the cost of health food. But healthy food, I mean, you can just eat chicken and rice. It's natural food, and it's healthy, and it's dirt cheap.
He's not black.
Mexican. One of the things.
Just follow John, mate. Fucking just smoke.
Yeah, he's got
Fucking,
that Lazarus
you know what I
gene in
mean?
him. Yeah.
Just smoke, cheat death, and you'll live forever. You know what I'm saying? Just follow John's fitness regime.
Well, one of the things that helped me understand is that what a lot of the things that they're doing is they're pumping chemicals into this stuff. It's not really exactly food. This is what I mean when I say it's double speak. It's not exactly food. It's chemicals. You're putting chemicals in your body. You know, will some people suffer from it? Yes. Will some people not suffer from it? Maybe. So you're definitely taking a risk on that. Nacho says he's white, despite the fact that his thing is Nacho. I always think of some
I
Latin
got a good
guy.
topic for us for next week if you guys are down. But the double speak thing, right?
Yeah, we got to talk about that. That's huge.
I completely agree with you. For instance, and this is a big one. GMO foods.
Yes.
That's a whole double speak term on its
Complete
own that
double
most
speak.
people don't even
And organic.
realize is
And
double
organic. Yeah.
Because there's different kinds of GMO, right? So GMO can refer to one of two things. It can refer to, like, for instance, you find a strain of watermelons that grows bigger watermelons, and then you crossbreed them until you get bigger watermelons. Just naturally, they come out that way.
Can't we just have bigger melons?
I do like a nice rack. Yeah.
I do love nice melons, yes. But that's genetically modifying it, right?
Yeah.
But it's not in some weird, creepy science way. It's just in the natural way of doing things. But then there's also, and they've cleared it off of the internet, the tomatoes that they spliced
With
they
CRISPR.
used CRISPR and they
Yeah.
spliced jellyfish genes, I think, into it.
Yeah.
You can't find it anymore. Now they say it's an internet hoax.
Yeah.
But it used to be officially like there was science, there was stuff online you could.
No, I
actually
remember
read
that. Yeah.
about the process.
Yeah.
And they did it to reduce the pests that would attach to the plants because they became pest resistant because of the jellyfish DNA.
Yeah.
That's the weird, creepy science GMO. So that's like a whole double speak, and we should definitely talk about.
Yeah,
that
the whole
next week.
Monsanto thing. Yeah, Monsanto's huge on that. We'll chat about that. That'll go great with the double speak. And I was wanting to do something also about the double speak and about the confidence game and about how people are deceived and the techniques that are used. I think that would be very interesting. Blue Lotus says virtually everything we eat has been bred to be efficient and produce more. It's lab shit. That's iffy. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap it up here. John, what are your final thoughts? We covered a lot of shit today. What stuck out for you?
Yeah, we did. I mean, I think the double speak is an important one. Don't fall for the double speak. The fucking, like I said, the natural GMO stuff. It's perfectly valid and good. It is actually good. It helps them feed more people with the same amount of crops. But then they get you with the double speak. They convince you that stuff is bad, but then also try to convince you that GMO is okay, so that then you take the jellyfish tomatoes.
Yeah.
So don't fall for double speak. Always be vigilant when you're looking at anything because they're always trying to push and pull you in opposite directions.
Facts, bro.
With the same words. To think this thing is good because it uses these words, but also this thing is bad because it uses these words.
Yeah.
So just be careful.
It's
Always
a
vigilant.
huge deception that they do. Mr. Jiki says, be careful. The seeds that they dump out, some dumped out of the dump truck and the birds wouldn't even eat it from the Monsanto stuff. So be careful about that. James, what are your final thoughts? Wait, John, before James, you jump in there. John, where can people find you at? You got the Third Rail Politics.
Third Rail Politics on YouTube and on Rumble. I think I'm going to be going live tonight to talk about the whole medical industry.
Let's
because
go. All right.
After my recent experience was pretty fucking wild. They gaslight you a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go live tonight to talk about that. Tomorrow I'm going live with my new buddy, PT Pod.
Awesome. I think I saw him in chat. Yeah.
Yeah, he was here in chat earlier. I'm going to be going live with him tomorrow, probably getting into some arguments about Trump. We had some behind the scenes fun conversation about that, and then you guys can find me here every week on Bruvs Unite.
That's right.
And on X you can find me at Third Rail Podcast.
Yeah.
So Third Rail Politics on Rumble and YouTube. Third Rail Podcast on X.
Fantastic. Give him a follow. Hit the like and share for the episode today. It was a great one. It helps us with the algorithm. I'm supposed to say that more. I got my manager on me.
Yeah, algorithm. Don't turn into the courtroom, whatever you do.
That's right. James, what are your final thoughts? We talked about a lot of shit today. Is it the Knicks game? Is it the footballers? Is it the Il Grabra?
Yeah. I didn't really get to talk much about Christian Eriksen because obviously it's in John's wheelhouse. Not necessarily Christian Eriksen the person, but obviously he's gone through some shit. And I wish he'd just fucking die so I can get my money. But aside
John,
from
not
that,
Christian. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Aside from that, I would say to Christian Eriksen, you collapsed once, right? You've got a pacemaker. You've collapsed twice on international duty. You've got a beautiful wife and you've got a lovely family. You're 34, heading into 35. I think it's time to retire, my friend. Enjoy your life. You don't need football. You've made millions. Yeah. Everyone respects you. You're a great player. You've been a great ambassador to the game, and you'll be missed. But other people are coming up behind you, and you've got the whole rest of your life to live. You don't want to keep collapsing on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my final thought. Sometimes you've got to know when to fold them.
Yeah.
And Christian, it's time to fold them, bro.
Yeah. Next time we'll talk about. Oh wait, go follow James Domenico Graben on X and James Domenico Graben 81 on YouTube. He does fantastic.
Yeah, let's get this fucking YouTube moving,
Let's
man.
get it going.
You know?
Get some.
I'm gonna
likes,
start begging for money soon.
shares.
You know, I got my Ki-Fi and everything.
Yeah.
You know, start.
Yeah,
you know,
we
you
gotta
gotta
get
start
James in
opening
a-
your wallets.
We got to get James in a fancy whip. We got to get him over here to America to come visit. We got to give him a little bit of tour. We got to do some things like that. 100%.
I'm getting the begging bowl out, boys.
That's right.
We gotta get James to Miami to go chasing birds.
That's right. We're going to get him over to Miami. We're going to do a little meetup over there. We'll keep everybody posted, though, in the future. We're going to do that. A couple of the topics we didn't get to today. A big one was the AI data centers and the 401ks and how Trump created legislation that venture capitalists can now use 401ks to do the AI data centers. So if you're wondering how come they all popped up, where did all this funding come from? Be aware. It could be your 401k, so you might want to look into that. We'll probably talk about that more later, more about that next time. Also, I have the Bricks and Minifigs follow-up on what's going on with the whole Lego saga with the Reckless Ben. He got a gag order put on him. He can't talk about nothing. Can't release his third component of his videos about what's going on. They even took down the GoFundMe, but it's back up now. It just got put back up an hour or two before we went to air. And it's already up to $400,000. So we'll talk about that more. And I got a couple others. But you guys, we had a great time. Thanks for being here with us. I try to keep everything 2 hours because I know when you go to over 2 hours, you kind of take advantage of people's time. So we try to keep it 2 hours.
You had a great chat the other day, didn't you? That went 2 hours with Charlie. That was good.
Oh, yeah. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention is that we had a good chat with Charlie Snoggins. Great guy. He's a father. He's a fantastic artist. We're going to get into it again on Monday. So we're going to
Snappy dresser.
Yeah, snappy dresser. He's a big fan of James, big fan of John, big fan of Forrest Mommy. Wants to meet those guys, so we'll make that happen sometime. We're gonna have the lunch table on Friday. Then on Saturday we're gonna have the Love Boat again. So we're gonna have some relationship. If you have some relationship questions or anything like that, you want to talk relationships. That's what we're gonna be there for. We're gonna have a little bit of.
I will fix your relationships with
Dr.
these
Laura
two hands.
format. We're gonna talk about some things, because you know what? Nobody talks about this shit anymore. And it kind of gets frustrating.
In a healthy way, at least.
Yeah, in a healthy way, in a juicy way, in an unhealthy way. Get a big Buford
in a sexual
hamburger.
way.
Yeah, get sexual about it, 100%.
James.
Hit the
James
like and
with the
share.
ASMR.
Yeah, hit the like and share button on your way out. That sure helps us out. We're gonna get the ASMR with James. Yeah, we love it. But beyond that, make sure you guys have a great hump day. Go out there, kick some ass. Give your family a hug. Give them a special hug today. Tell them you love them if you haven't done it. Even if you
Family
know
first.
that they know it, tell them anyway. Okay, get out here, go have a great time. Bruvs unite, and we're out, people. Have a blast.